time for celebration. I'm a student now. I just gained admission. You are so excited. Gradually, it's fading away. It's fading away. You have just April. By May, your exams comes in. Are you aware of that? Are you aware? By May, examination. So you have just April. If a lecturer has come to your class and he gave you course content, go and read. Go and read. GSP, they gave you books after registry. Read. Minds gave you books. Go and read. Chemistry gave you books. Book to after registration, start reading. Is it PBD or biology? I don't know. Start reading. Read within the content. Please, is it important? Read. Read. Spend quality time reading. Read and read and read. That's the reason why you are here. That's the reason. The lecturer gives you an assignment, please ensure you do that assignment. And you know what? That's one secret that if students also don't know. Assignment is given on Monday. When you get to your room, you drop it. Assignment is to be submitted on Friday. Because there are a lot of distractions, you are likely not going to remember. The best is assignment is given to you on Monday. You have to get into your room. That should be the very first thing. So. Thank you. Please come put our hands together for the CSO of the university. Read. Do your assignment. Some of us are also quickly copying assignment from our friends. Some lecturers will repeat an assignment in the examination. They just change one or two words. If you copy from your friend, you will not be able to copy while in the exam hall. Better you tell your friend, teach me. Teach me. Let me know it. I said earlier, university is not secondary school. And that's why a university lecturer will not teach you like a secondary school teacher. Because that's assumed that you know. It's assumed that you know. Understand the word? It is assumed that you know. So if you don't know, approach people to teach you. I'm ashamed. I don't know how you will feel. I don't. Okay. Laugh at me now. Because if you are not careful, 100 to 200 level, if you don't meet up to from faculty to faculty. If you don't meet up to 50% of your GPA, you probate. Probation means you repeat. A second probation implies withdrawal. I've moved it to another point. The first, not up to a student in life sciences that is unable to meet 22 credit load. 22 credit load is expected to probate. If on the second exam, on the repeat, you probate again, it means withdraw. Leave. You can't cope. That is aspects that I don't wish for you. It can be very demoralizing. Very, very frustrating. For those in medicine, carryover is not allowed. So you have to read to pass. And personally, I always tell people, tell students, try not to fail a course. Someone may ask, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. You run all through your 5 years, your 4 years, your 6 years, as the case may be, without failing a course. Now, take a course as it comes. Don't like the lecturer, please like the course. You don't have any business with me as a person, but you have business with the course. Teaching you is what I'm paid for. It is not looking at my face. If I ask you what's my name, you don't know my name. What is it? It's not compulsory that you must know my name. But you should know the course code and know what the course is about. Lecturer has given you course content. Don't wait for the lecturer again. Start reading. When lecturer comes, it becomes refreshing. It's just reminding you what you have read. See, when I'm in a class, if I'm a student and you are just, what you are teaching, I'm conversant with it, I feel a sense of, comfort. That yes, I'm on point. But when you are teaching, I don't even know what you are talking about. It will demoralize me further. So I would rather read ahead. I'm not reading to ask questions. Because sometimes some of us are in that habit. You read so I can show up. No. Reading ahead. When the lecturer just comes in and he or she is talking, it's like dotting the I's, crossing the T's. It sticks. It sticks. It sticks. We look forward to your convocation. When your parents will come and you are super happy because you have made them proud. I look forward to a convocation of this set where we'll have more first class than ever before. It is possible. It's just giving your all, giving your very best. Don't look down on yourself. Are we set? Call Dean now. Call Dean. Okay. No, we'll be starting very soon. We're just waiting for the day to come in. At least the chief security officer is already seated, so we'll be starting with him. Can we still reach out to our colleagues? Can we still reach out to our colleagues? Let's reach out to our colleagues. Let's encourage them to be here. There are things you need to know. Can I say, let you understand that in the past few years, we've not been holding physical orientation. It has been visual. So I count you very privileged to be part of this physical orientation. And as like they say, to whom much is given, to whom much is given. Can we say it like we are really sure? To whom much is given. You're not talking like you read something today. To whom much is given. You know what it means for CSO to stand before you and tell you the issues of security, what you should not do. And perhaps at the end of the day, I say perhaps he may just give you his number. You know what it means? Privileged. Lord, I've seen this in a visual. Yesterday, the Vice Chancellor was here and he addressed privileged instances. The Vice Chancellor of Day2 is like the President of Nigeria. Is like the Governor of Nigeria. That's this community consign, number one. You know, it means standing and addressing you, talking to you, interacting with you, you know. So, to whom much is given, much is expected. So much is expected of this session. So much is expected of this group. So much is expected of this set. We want the best of you. A set that can rightly describe as the leaders of tomorrow. The vice chancellors of University of Benin to come. The governors of Edo State, the governors of the state you came from. The president that Nigeria is looking for. So take opportunity, tell others to come in. I'm sure in a jiffy we will comments. I think at this point, I want to invite the university orator. Where should we say acting assistant? Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Assistant Dean Student Affairs, Dr. Imagagbe, an Associate Professor, for that beautiful interaction. We want to appreciate those of you that have decided to come early. When you come early for functions, you get the benefit. Whatever it is, you will never regret attending the orientation program. When you pass through University of Benin will also pass through you. Then it will be a balanced situation. And because we must gain a balance, we must enjoy it accordingly. We must celebrate it the way it should be. We are not going to be keeping you waiting. The Day2 Student Affairs, the number one student is here, Professor Clem. The message we didn't try to send across is that when you come early, you don't sit behind. You come to the front. I tell you a story of a wedding ceremony. Some persons came to the wedding ceremony, and when they got to the wedding ceremony, they had some seats behind. They sat there. Meanwhile, they came very early. Others who came late came to the front and sat down comfortably. When it was time to share the rice, they started from the front. Before it could get to the back, it was finished. And so, in annoyance, those people that came very early stood up from the back and learn how to sit in front. Front seats are not reserved for ghosts. They are reserved for special people like you. We are going to begin. We will take the national anthem and the Union anthem. It is our opening formalities. Let us rise for the national anthem. One, two, go. Nigeria, we hating our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be our symbol, that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty Nigeria may be blessed. Union anthem. All over the wide world, our fruitful works unfold. What we sowed with joy and pride, with good our common goal. One heart and voice fall, with a purple clarion call. Arise, mighty Union, robed in your purple and gold, clad in your fetter green, knowledge for service untold. Greatest Union. Thank you very much. We may sit down. We acknowledge the presence of our King, the man that is ensuring that we all get the right information as we begin our journey here in the university. Once you are informed, everything is well. Professor Ken, we want to welcome you. Please a round of applause for our Dean. The Assistant Dean, Dr. Umarago, will welcome you. The CSO of the university, Mr. A.J. Eyaroyi, we want to welcome you. He is here with the CSO, a very senior security officer in the university, Mr. Inaosa. We are not going to keep you waiting for too long. The information is going to be straight and direct. It is for you to be aware of what you need to do and what you need to know. So I will be inviting the CSO, security on campus. It did not send delegates. He understands the importance of your security. That is why he is here all by himself. Please a round of applause for our CSO as he comes forward. Greatest
students. Greatest children students. Great. You know you are just coming in. So you are not yet used to the slogan. But I told you that some of you are used to it. Am I correct? You are welcome to the University of Benin. I have a paper to present, and the title is Security on Campus. Please, if you have your pen and your jotter, you can jot down some things, because this is a very important topic to be discussed here. Security can be defined as any measure taken with a view to protecting anything which is of interest to an individual, organization, government, etc. Lives, money, and materials are usually the essential things security staff are required to protect. Is that clear? It's a very simple one. Security of lives and properties has always been one of the most important needs for people living in a working environment. The University of Benin is not an exception to this. Every normal and law-abiding citizen desires to live in and work in a relatively crime-free environment. This can be achieved when individuals in the society follow laid down rules and regulations. It is important to have a crime-free society. Hence, the security department was set up to oversee problems that may arise from time to time. To examine the function of the security department in the management of crime in the University of Benin, a brief review of the structure of security organ is hereby explained. The security department is headed by the chief security officer, closely followed by the administrative officer, which we call the admin officer, who is in charge of administration of the department. We have the operations officer in charge of operations in the university. We also have the commanding officer in charge of investigation. And the mission of our crime, our investigation unit. Is anybody who don't know our investigation unit? Just as you go along UDSS road or the bank road, it is the first building by the left. This one unit, that is where most of you must find yourself when you have issues that border on security. We have the crime investigation unit, which I just explained. Then we have a commanding officer in charge surveillance unit. It is headed by Deputy Chief Security Officer. The university campus is structured into area commands and zonal commands for the purpose of effective policing. These areas are headed by Deputy Chief Security Officers. That is the area commanders. And we have the zones. Some of the persons heading these zones are also Deputy Chief Security Officers and Assistant Chief Security Officers. This is where I want you to jot down some points. The entire university is classified into different zones. So when, as I mentioned them, you are going to know where the zone in charge of your faculty or department belong. We have what we call Zone A. The location is New Car Park, UDSS. Do we know it? New Car Park. The car park opposite the banks. I think we all know it. There is a security. Once you are exiting the campus through that small gate, there is a security office there. Is it clear? We have Zone B. The zonal base is Boxing Department. Does anybody know the Boxing? Boxing is close by. That is where you make some of your payments. There is a security base here. Zone C has Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences at its base. There is a security booth there. Zone D, we have 2 guest hostels. Inside the hostel, we have a security office there. Zone E is the College of Medical Complex. The building facing Seri, that is where you have our security office. Zone F, Faculty of Engineering. By the car park there, you will see our security office there. Zone G is Faculty of Physical Sciences. Under the building called Mathematics, there is a security office there. Then we have Zone H, Faculty of Management Sciences. We have our security office beside the Management Science complex. You have Zone J. Zone J is Health Center Environment. The former Geoscience building. That is where our security office is. I hope you are jotting down. Then you have Zone I, Faculty of Education. As you are entering the Faculty of Education, you see a building by the left. That is where our security office is. Then you have Zone K, Capitol, down the road. After Zone 4, Unit 1, down that road, where the road ends, the tar road, there's a gate there. By the Capitol, you have a security office there. Then we have a Zone L, which is block of flats. After Senior Staff Club, that environment, we have no block of flats. As you are entering, you will find a building by the left. That is where our office is. Then you have Zone N, Sports Complex. We have no sports complex. We have a security office there. Then you have Zone N, which is the base is at Faculty of Agriculture. Fortunately, the commander in charge of that zone, Mr. Idausa, is the one seated by the right. So those of you who are from the Faculty of Agriculture should, in case you have any issues, apparatus of security, just walk down there. If you don't find him, you must find a security personnel there. Make your reports and we will take action. Then we have Zone O, Third Floor Hostel, opposite Kingston. You know Third Floor Hostel? And you know Kingston Hostel. Our security office is opposite the Kingston Hotel. Then we have Zone P, Old Pharmacy Biochemistry. Our security office is in that very building. Then the last but not the least is Ekewa campus. Some of us are from Ekewa campus. Once you are entering Ekewa campus, there's a building by your left. So it's very easy to identify. That is our security office. Other units that complements security operations on campus are the fire service unit. That one is close to my office. Security headquarters. Along the bank roads. It is very easy to identify. You always see a fire truck stationed at the front of the office. So that is where our fire service unit is. So in case of fire outbreak, I will read out some numbers before I end this orientation. You need to take these numbers down so that you can reach them in case of fire outbreak. Even this auditorium, auditorium that we are seated now, we have a security office here, and that security office is just outside. When you were coming in, you see a cubicle. That is where our security men are. Crime-related issues that you are likely to come across. I mentioned them. We have stealing is rampant on campus. Rape is rampant. Extortion, hostage, examination malpractice, cybercrime, fighting, cultism, indecent dressing, assault, smoking and selling of cigarettes, hard drugs, and cannabis, impersonation, impersonation, forgery, dangerous driving on campus, etc. These are crime that students, non-students, visitors usually commit on campus. Cultism. Cultism refers to strong belief and fellowship of some individuals in a particular way of life, whether religious, cultural, or political. The devotees of a particular cult are known as cultists. Wherever it is mentioned, it is always associated with evil. Secret cults are identified with the following features. 1. Initiation of members through occult and diabolical means. 2. Initiation of non-members through application of violence to achieve desired objectives or engagements of violence and clandestine activities, even though the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria advocates freedom of association. I want to explain this. There is this word they use, catch them young. How are the young persons that we are referring to? It is the freshers. They will come to you to say, come and join one cult or the other. Tell them that is not the purpose for which you were given admission. Is that clear? And when they try to corrupt you into joining them, make a report to the security department. And that is why I earlier listed security officers that are closer to your faculty or departments, or even your residential areas, where you can make reports at the first instance. When your report is incidented, the security personnel in charge that area, that location, that office, will send what we call extract to the office of the CSO or the crime office or the investigation office. One particular problem we have noticed over time is that when you are coerced, or a student is coerced into joining secret cults, could be black arts, could be AA, could be Mafite, whatever. We will usually apprehend such persons, but we always have a snag, and that snag is prosecution. We have had instances where students are unwilling to go to the police station to prosecute these persons. There was one we experienced some time ago. The DPO borough usually they will give you a statement. You must write your statement. after you have documented or we have profiled you in our investigation unit. But when we get to the station, my father said I should not go to court. My mother said I should not go to court. These are some of the problems associated with some of you. And what is the implication of that? The case will die in natural death. For you to, we have also secured several convictions in law courts. This morning, we arrested somebody. He will bring out his dick, his private part. This boy is known for this particular thing. As I speak with you now, version of it. My time is almost up. Let us, you take your biro and your pens, and biro and papers, and take these numbers. My number, I want to start with it, is 080 3372 3103. I repeat, 080 3372 3103. The member of the Chairman Security Committee is a professor. He is Professor Frederick Ocharoy. You can also reach him in special situations. 080 63 85 6316. The admin officer of the Security Department, Mr. Emmanuel Agedo. His number is 090 5330 7852. The operations officer, this number is very important because everyone on campus. His number is 080 66 38 8854. I repeat, 080 66 38 54. Investigation Unit Commander, that is what we call locally crime office. You must have his number. Is 070 5980 1345. I repeat, 070 5980 1345. Surveillance 081 05 963 123. That is, his name is Mr. CAO. Officer in charge of fire, in case you have issues that got out on fire. Safety. His name is Mr. Monday. Take his number 080 56 61 3896. For purpose of time, I want to draw the curtain here so that others can have their time. Before I conclude, I want to inform you that security is the business of what? All of us. Most importantly, let me quickly mention this. Do not allow your fellow students arrange your birthday for you. Is that clear? Or any other social party. Don't allow your fellow students arrange it for you. If you must celebrate, do not celebrate outside the campus, because you may be joining courts unknowingly. I wish you all a crime-free stay in the University of Benin. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the CSO. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. The information is clear, and you keep on getting the information. When you join court, when others are sleeping, you are awake. When they are awake, you are awake. You automatically become the enemy to yourself and every other person around. You live in fear, but you say you are a strong man. Those who have ears. No, those who have ears, let them see. Those who have eyes, let them hear. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, NEL fund and access to education is a very crucial matter. We have talked about NEL fund since, but you will be hearing of NEL fund very shortly. But before then, your health is wealth. Many of you in this university, you play with your health. But the Dean Student Affairs says this is paramount. That is why Dr. Mrs. Emoa Ngere, the Director of Health Services, is here to talk to us on accessing medical facilities in the University of Benin. Dr. Emoa, please come. My name is Dr. Mrs. Emoa Ngere. Thank you.
Good morning, my dean, senior colleagues, and then students. I'm happy to be here today. I hope we are happy. It's a privilege to be in Uniben. I attended University of Benin and I'm proud. Thank you. Thank you. So this morning I've been asked to give a quick talk on assessing medical facilities in this university. So by way of introduction, University of Benin, as we all know, is a leading institution. For you to get admission here, it's not by chance per se. Consider yourself privileged. Medical facilities play a vital role in ensuring the health and well-being of students and staff. So this presentation will explore the available medical services, the accessibility, and possible areas that will need improvement. University of Benin offers several medical facilities, including the university services at Ubawa here. There's also one at the Ekenwa campus. It offers focused medical care as well as dental care, mental care. Sometimes we don't pay particular attention to our dental and mental health, but these are very important aspects of our overall well-being. We provide essential medications and health products. And I want to note here that there's what we call the Tertiary Student Health Insurance Program, which is known as T-SHIP. Who has heard of it? So very few persons. How many persons have paid their school fees? You see now, almost everybody has paid. When you paid your fees, the T-SHIP fee was incorporated there. Just a tiny amount, 2,000 naira. And with that, you have access to free health care. So so I think we should clap for Nigeria. We're trying. If you want to buy anti-malaria now, the cheapest is about 2,000 naira. And throughout your stay for the semester, you have access to free health care. Just come to the health center. Even though I want to beg you, don't come because you have one small pimple on your cheek. Do you understand? Some silly reasons. Come for important things. Thank you. So the facility is close to your hostel. You can walk, or if you like, you can just take a bus or a shuttle. I will encourage you to walk because walk is good. Maybe you're feeling weak, you're not feeling strong, get a cab to take you down. We operate 24 hours. But something I noticed in this university, you see students that have had fever since morning or for 2-3 days. They will call for the ambulance at 3 a.m. I'm having fever. Ambulance will now drive down to your hostel to pick you up. You now see a student pressing phone. and coming to meet you. It's so annoying, very annoying. The nurse, the doctors, everybody is upset, and you now say the staff at the health center are not friendly. So the ambulance is only to be called for medical emergencies. And emergencies means that you collapsed, somebody's having a convulsion, physical convulsion, or you're touching somebody who's not responding appropriately, somebody so weak cannot walk. These are emergencies. Not that I'm having menstrual cramps that has been there since 2 days. Girls, this thing is common with girls. Female students, please recognize that if the ambulance is supposed to come and pick everyone that has fever, pity us now. So we are there for 24 hours, but emergency services will be available later at night. During the day, we will see cold cases. Somebody is having a discharge, you're not comfortable with it, come and see your doctor. I want to say here that some discharge for the female is natural, is normal. Every female, especially when you are ovulating, you could have vaginal discharge. As long as it's not colored and it doesn't have an odor, it's nothing to worry about. We had a student that kept coming to the health center, and every time the same complaint, I'm having this. By the time we found, there's nothing wrong with you, it's normal. So just come and get proper advice. She was told that her roommate told her that once anything's coming out, something is wrong with you. It's not true. So attend to doctors to get right information. We offer general consultations, routine checks, routine health investigations. If you have registered, there's a screen that's going on where your genotype is known. I always say genotype is so important. If there's one investigation we must do during general screening, is genotype. Because this is where we want to tell you. If your genotype is AS and you are falling in love with a man that genotype is AS, please cancel it. Cancel. If you see children that have sickle cell anemia, one child that has sickle cell anemia, I met a woman once that she was sickle cell, she had SS, her genotype was SS, and she went into labor, and she was like, doctor, this labor, 3 years, you're about to give birth, you're dilating. Said, this is no pain compared to the bone pains I've been having all my life. That was somebody talking. You know, labor pain is said to be the worst pain a woman can have. But this sickle cell patient said bone pain she has on a regular basis is nothing compared to the labor pain. So please know your genotype. That is an opportunity. It's free. So come to the health center and we'll have your genotype done. Emergency, we have a very fine ambulance. We are expecting another one soon so that we can pick you up. Laboratory tests to do all sorts of investigations, urinary, blood tests. Again, these things are free, but please do not abuse it. No Nigerians, we like free things. Once it is free, you want to be coming every day is free. So please come when it's important and we'll attend to you. Mental health, we have cases of students that are depressed. My boyfriend left me, so I'm depressed. My girlfriend says she's no more good, I'm depressed. All those things are the things we need to hear about in whites, but it's coming down here. It's the reality. I want to encourage you. You are here for your studies. Face your studies. As a girl, you have suitors, enough suitors. I don't know, me, I had several to choose from, and I told them, everybody wait, let me finish my medicine. So be focused, let your mental health be okay. Take care of your studies, follow your studies. If you're feeling sad, you need to discuss with a psychiatrist, feel free, come. We don't have a psychiatrist at the health center, but we can easily recommend one and refer you where you'll be given free treatment. Also, we have counseling sessions that we refer students to if the need arises. Doctors are trained at the health center. They are very friendly. They will attend to all your needs. We have registered nurses that will also attend to you. Also, we run a specialist clinic. We are planning to increase our specialist clinics. Right now, we have an internal physician that comes every Wednesday. Some students have very high blood pressure. Such students will need a specialist care. We have several people visiting the health center every month. When we take statistics in a month, we see about 2,000 students. Most of the time, the complaints are mainly for malaria. So please, if you come early, we won't need to admit you. The patients that we regularly admit are those with sickle cell anemia. So if you have a roommate that has sickle cell anemia, encourage that person. Present early. Don't wait until symptoms are very bad before coming. We have emergency rooms that will take care of you, and we have a very comfortable waiting area. The next slide, I think, had the pictures of all these places. So if you come to the health center, I'm sure you feel at home. We have modern equipment and we will take care of you well. So in conclusion, I want to say health is wealth. Your body is the temple of the Lord, so take good care of it. Thank you very much. If you have questions.
Thank you very much, dear doctor. It is important to know that all of this information is for our own good. You will remember today in the course of your journey through the University of Benin. Cultism, hooliganism, drug abuse, crime on academic performance is what we are going to hear next. And the person that will be doing justice to this topic is one man over the years that have reformed so many lives, not minding your religion. He is one man that preaches that crime does not know any religion. He tells you the way it is. And if he tells you something in the morning, check in the evening, it is still the same thing. Please let me welcome Barrister Nuruddin.
Good morning, students. Are you glad to be here? How sure are we? Why did we choose to come alone? Our friends are not here. What happened? We don't have friends yet? We should have come with our friends. All right, you are welcome. Do we have an idea why we are here? Why are we in the university? Do we have an exact idea why we are here? The principal reason for being here is to acquire knowledge, true of us. And so what would that do for us? It will make us value-added persons. What education would do for us is to impregnate us with the courage to navigate the even ocean of life, to stand the storms, the tsunami, the banditries of life. Outside of this, if education does not do this for you, you obviously have not acquired education. What you have succeeded in doing, regardless of the number of time or years you spend here, is just a dissipation of time and resources. That is the idea behind why the student affairs department is doing what is doing for us. We are so important. If we're not important, we won't have these sessions going on. It's all about us. I hope we appreciate this. Now, from what the Dr. MC had spoken about, different items we needed to just hurriedly look at. Cultism, hooliganism, crime. What implications will all of this have for your stay here? Is there anyone of us here who does not have an idea of what cultism is? The CSO, when he spoke, he went into that, even if it was done peripherally. Cultism would simply mean that you as an individual, so we can define it differently, that you as an individual, you are simply saying, I'm a subhuman being. Is there anyone of us here who is a subhuman being? You are simply saying you are not a complete human being. What would have made you a complete human being? You are surrendering, capitulating to another one you say is superior to you. And when you talk about superiority in human context, anywhere, superiority will be a function of who towers an intellectual colossal above me. He is better than I. Is more endowed in terms of the ratiocinating capabilities the individual has. And so I defer to him, I show him some respect, not as a slave, because anyone who is truly mentally superior to you does not want a slave, because he knows that it is dangerous to have a slave. There is a burden of maintaining the ones that you have as slaves. Every slave is a potential danger, because someday, because of his poor mental state, could rebel and torpedo you, get you destroyed. And so, if we all agree that we are not subhuman beings, it will mean that we will not become devoted to any other human being in a way that is slavish. We will not don ourselves in the wrapper of slavery mentality. We will not be a slave of anyone, and we will never agree that anyone drapes us in the costume of slavery. Because we are unique human beings. We are not accidental beings. Is any one of us here who will say, I'm a product of accident? What education does for us, therefore, is to form us, impregnate us with the courage to look at another person and say, whereas I respect you for the values that you owe, I am not going to be your slave. Does that make sense with us? So whoever goes to join the cult, whatever group, is simply saying, I'm a subhuman being, and I require someone to protect me, to help paper over the inadequacies that are a consequence of me being a subhuman being. And no one of us is subhuman except you do so by choice. And so when we walk into the group that we should not have belonged, we do so on the basis of intentional ignorance. So it will not be that we did not know, but we have embraced laziness and refused to work, and so we think some other person will protect us. And you ask the question, protect you from what? In 1953, when the first known fraternity was created at the Tether Hall in UI, University of Ibadan, by Shoyinka and 6 other persons, the intent was to bring together like minds who will appreciate what their mission on the university campus was, which was to pursue scholarship. Because if you come in here and if you wake up in the morning and you have two purposes, two missions to drive, it means you have no mission. You must have just one mission that is large enough to stimulate you to want to work, but not too large as to disencourage you. If there is a second one, you have elected to fail. And so when you belong to a cult, you have already said, I have hypothecated, I have surrendered my life to another person. Deal with my life the way you want. Whoever it was, whatever your belief is, whoever created you would not have regaled in the dissipation, wasting resources that went into making you, including time, if all he made you for was to become subservient to another human being. And so once you say, I control you, the implications are clear. I will not control you to your own advantage. I will control you to my own advantage. So you sleep only when I want you to sleep. And you only sleep when it benefits me that you sleep. And so if you came here to pursue your academic whatever, you won't tell me if I say go to Meduguri and do one thing for me, you say you will not do it. I'll tell you this story. We had a friend, he's dead now, so I can't be lying against someone who is dead. I didn't know he was a cult member, in all honesty. I had access to a room. I couldn't use the room because I had a better place I was staying in town. And so I allowed him to have the room. He was not qualified to get room. It was for first year student, final year student. So he was in that room. And I will go relax there in the daytime when I'm done with studies. I'm tired of the library and all that. I'll come there. He will tell me stories. I wanted you to meet some of my friends, and I was itching to meet those friends. But Providence operated in a way that we never met those friends. When he was to marry, then I had become aware that he was a member of a fraternity. And I was leading a religious group. And I said to him, you choose between me, us, and that other group. And he said, I will deal with, he said, you see, anyone can come. There is enough space for everyone to navigate. And I said, there can't be no enough space. Oil and water would never blend. It's practically impossible. Choose. Because he was not categorical, I didn't want to be preemptory. So we went. By the time his group came, we all left. If we were 200 there, when we left, less than 20 persons were remaining. And he vowed he was going to deal with me. How he was going to deal with me, in all honesty, I didn't know, but I laughed because he didn't have the capacity to do what he would do. On a particular night, I went to visit a friend, and I saw them gathered in the house of that friend, waiting to see the eldest brother of the friend I've come to visit. When I was done with my friend and I was coming out, somebody came out of the room of the eldest brother. And he said, Nuruddin, what are you doing here? I said, I should be asking you, sir, what are you doing here? I said, this is Auchi. I come from here. You are a Benin man, so I should be asking you at past 11 p.m. You are asking me, what am I doing here? What are you doing here? I said, well, I came to see my friend on my way back to Benin. I said, you can go to Benin any hour of the day. You know why? Because he was an army general. A general commanding a brigade. So he had all of the security. From that moment, that fellow stopped threatening me because I discovered that that general was the overall leader in the fraternity that he belonged. So he discovered that whereas I was not there, the general will speak to me in the way he speaks. They can't even breathe the regular breathing when the whatever was there. The general, when he picks me when I didn't have a vehicle, he will want to drop me in my bedroom out of respect because I have earned that respect. In departments, and he was a deeply cerebral human being anyway, he was not a pushover general. But I have earned it. So when I looked at them and I said, oh, I will come and join that group tomorrow. And I queue behind my inferior. Aren't I a very sick person, incurably so? That's why I didn't join. Why would you want to subordinate yourself to people you ordinarily would have been superior to? And so they decide where you go and where you do not go. In addition to the fact that you get arrested by trepidation, when you kill, even for those who are military men, after every war, there is what you call the post-traumatic whatever. They are taken into a rehab home where they are reorganized. You kill a human being, you can't ever be normal anymore. And yet you are in the system, you want to write an exam. Even when nobody is after you, you will see all of the shadows. Because they will make you kill. And you kill for reasons that you do not even know. Just because you had to obey others. Those who do it, correspondingly to, they're going to cry. Because if you have not read, so you want to intimidate a lecturer, and so if the lecturer is chicken-hearted, he gets intimidated, you get the marks that you didn't merit. But someday, it becomes clear that the paper on which your grade is written is by far weightier than what was written there. Your hollowness will be exposed. Because you have by yourself agreed to become a participant in the emasculation of the space for your own cerebral journey. So it becomes so narrow, you are not able to navigate. And people will be asking, did he say or did she say she went to the university? She doesn't look like someone who even had a secondary education. They'll say that of you. So you get involved. 99% of those who are into cult, whatever, related, who are into cultism, they are criminals. They do casing while you are away, or you just say, let me get a small nap. You look around, your laptop is gone. They go to homes of lecturers and your homes, for those of you who are not in the hostel, when you are not there, they do what you call casing. Come in, ransack, rummage or whatever, and remove all of the things that you have there. And so if you were the victim of someone, if you were the victim, you were that person whose laptop had been removed. And in that laptop, the person has the entire work to justify all of the sacrifices, no investment the parents had made. and you feel comfortable when you do all of that, and you say you would live a normal life. Every act has a coalescence of the beginning and the end. And so you must do a projection. Before this structure was built, the end of it was what was first envisaged. And so you must ask the question, how am I going to end? How did they end? And so when you have done all of that, you are not prepared for a particular whatever, you no longer have capacity for rational thinking. The university says, well, let's share this body. We need to pay more for electricity for your own comfort. No, you can't do that. Yet you have a right to say you can't do that. Nobody denies that fact. If you can't say so, then you are not getting education. If all you get is whatever they say, you say, I concur, no education. One would expect that you raise conversation. But rather than do so, those who are the miscreants, who have no mission whatsoever, who seek relevance in things that are pedestrian, will say, we know what we'll do. We will pull down this borehole. We will do this. You are saying facilities are inadequate. The very few you have, once you have won the gap of hooliganism, you begin to destroy the very few. And when the chiefs are down, you make some other person richer because you are subcharged. And so you ask yourself the question, why did I do what I did? Because the purpose for which you were here had been neglected, which would have had the capacity to tame and domesticate every anger that will be negatively channeled, which will come with its consequences. No two ways about that. That capacity is gone, and so you suffer all of that you suffer. And you discover that once you are a criminal, once you practice hooliganism, you have serious problem. You will of course require Dutch courage to be able to pull the trigger and shoot some other person. You must have some extra courage, which is a fake one. You know, the real man does not require clutches to be able to stand and stand firmly. The one who is not a real man is the one who is looking for clutches in order to reinforce your standing. And so you take drugs. You take drugs. If we were to carry out a search in our hostels today, that too far, we call back the director of medical service to conduct a test for us who are students. You can be sure that they will find in our bloodstream substances that ought not to be there. And what do? Affect your cognitive capacity. And so you are no longer, I just want to be able to talk to this person. How can you talk to someone only when you are on drugs? You are not talking. You are not a human being. And so you take all of these drugs, they destroy you, they destroy your life, you become dependent on them, where you have no resources to fund them. You steal, you take other people's phone, you sell them, create problems. We have seen those who took phones worth over 100,000 naira, they just sell for 10,000 naira to be able to buy drugs. And you will be caught someday because it becomes an habit from which you can't extricate yourself. Manumission is practically impossible. And so you run into serious problem. What we are saying, therefore, is that people would come to you believing that you do not realize your self-worth. And they will invite you because the window that you enter into the whole issue of crime, the issue of drug abuse, the issue of hooliganism is the cultism, is the cult stuff. And so people will come to you wanting to find out whether you are conscious of who you really are. And by the time they discover that you do not have that consciousness, there's element of doubt as to you appreciating who you are. And so he talks you into what you should not have been. That's the beginning of the problem for you. When it rains, the erosion has a way of taking all the garbage, all the rubbish on its way. The erosion takes them away. and it will empty them at the final point. If it's discharging them into the ocean, it discharges them there absolutely. If it's discharging them into a stream, it discharges them there absolutely. If it's river or sea, it does that absolutely. But in the course of the erosion taking away the garbage, the rubbish, the waste, there are some waste who keep asserting their individuality. I know who I am. Where are you taking me to? I can't follow you like zombie. And so those ones extricate themselves. And they are the waste you find along the coast that the erosion has traveled. Because how can I just follow you like zombie? You must be like such waste that say I'm too important to be taken to where I do not know, and who fall away. And once you do this, you become the richer and the better for it. There will always be issues. Any human being who tells you I do not have issues, to be afraid is a natural thing. But to respond to fear is not by becoming a slave. There will be challenges. Avoiding those challenges would not represent you as a real human being. If you must navigate through the ocean of life, you must expect challenges and find the courage to deal with them. The university has plethora of doors open that are your sanctuaries that you run into when outside becomes too much. When you are exposed to the winter of despondency, the winter of trepidation, the winter of fear, the university provides you a blanket of warmth that will make you regain yourself and come back to normalcy. And so a man comes to you and says, if you don't join me, you are doomed. Go and tell anybody. You are finished. If you join, you are doomed. If you do not join, you are doomed. Why not tell somebody so that even if you become doomed, you become the very last that will become doomed as a result of that individual, because the individual will go after you. There is only one thing that gives strength to why they remain powerful even in their state of powerlessness. It is the fact that we regale in concealment. Even if I do a thing of shame and somebody has that and wants to use it to blackmail me, for as long as I do not want it discovered, I remain a perpetual slave. So I should find the courage. Yes, I had raped, I had killed, I had done this. I'm not the first to do it. I face the consequence. So the person, you have taken the wind off the sail of that person. He has absolutely nothing anymore to blackmail you. How will I belong to a place that I will not proudly tell somebody that I am? I was leaving the office. Where are you going? I said, I'm coming to auditorium. The dean of students had invited me. So if you don't find me, you have his address. Ask him, where am I? So I'm leaving the house. I won't tell my wife where I'm going. My children will not know where I'm going. What kind of life? What suffocates man worse than that? You can't tell your parents proudly where you are going. You have issues. You want to have results that are not reflecting who you are. Oh, goodness. It will mean that those results do not reflect who you are because you have not given the quantity, the amount of time, and the quality of time that was required by you to give. In societies like Japan, students are being begged to at least do some play. Your reading is becoming too much. A student in Japan will commit suicide, not because a girlfriend left him, not because a boyfriend abandoned him, but because he failed in an exam. And when the student becomes sick and the parents know he is sick, they do not want to lose him, they go receive lectures on behalf of the student. And while the student is recuperating, they come and say, you missed nothing, we were there, this was what we taught you. Because they want to pass and pass honorably. They will not be involved in exam malpractice. Because the one who cheats in an exam is alien, is one who strayed. And once you are into court, your time is eaten. And because you will not appreciate what that time is, by the time the reality faces you, because excuses would never operate to obliterate reality. Once it faces you, you are in deep shit. Because the time that you have here now is like an ice block that has been harvested from the deep freezer. Every ice block that has been harvested from the deep freezer. A friend of mine was in a market and he heard somebody shouting, "I am selling time. Who will buy time from me? I am selling time. Please come and buy time." And my friend said he concluded that man must be a lunatic. My 24-hour is not enough and you have one animal there who has time to sell. As he moved in direction to identify who this mad person was, the cry to come and buy time was more intense. And when he got there, he discovered that he was the one who was sick, not that man, because he was actually selling time. He had a vested ice block that was melting by the second. Every fraction of a second, it was losing its quality. And it could only give value for him if it was taken at the appropriate time. Your ice block had been harvested. If you give it to the cut group, it will melt without fail. And I'll tell you most frankly, if there was something beautiful about it, you will not find a space. The forms will no longer exist. So you should be wondering, how come, assuming in 1953 was when we first had it, over 70 years ago, that the form is still available? Some of you, your mothers, your fathers had not been born by 1953. How come the form is still available, that they have not exhausted them? It's because there is absolutely nothing good about it. If it was good, you won't find it. So be here and dedicated. Make the best. You can challenge if you are genuinely cerebral. A lecturer looks at you and says, you will fail. You walk away and you smile and say, if I fail, the entire class will fail. You could do that. There's only one way you do it. It is by studying. Because studying ahead, and you say, I will challenge a result that is not a reflection of what I got. A lady said, I got admitted into the University of Benin. And I discovered, I was told that there is a particular lecturer. She was saying that my daughter was passing out, so they invited her as an old student of Federal Government Girls College, Benin, and the head girl there, come and talk to the students. Come like a one who will mentor the student. And he said, when I got to the University of Benin, I was told that there was a particular lecturer. You have a B in his course if you were an angel. You have an A in his course if you were God. And she knew she was neither an angel nor God, but she was desirous of not B for angel, but A for the gods. And so what she did was to diagnose what the problem of the lecturer was, and discovered that the lecturer was just like an electric pole. Once he gets into the lecture hall, where he stands like a planted tree, it does not move. Only in Macbeth did the banner move to Dulcinea that we saw the trees moving. It doesn't move in real life. And so what she did 1 hour before the lecture, she's where the lecturer would stand and sit there. Because she knew what her mission was, recruited 2 other serious students. They sit there and listen. When he's gone, they cross the T's, dot the I's. When the result came for the 4th semester, she became a god because she had an A, demystifying, because she knew what brought her. And so she was saying this problem is not impregnable, and found a solution to it, whatever was so. If our delight was to take the promise, don't worry, we'll deal with that lecturer. If he doesn't give to you what we say he should give to you, we know where his children are schooling. They will be destroyed. It's okay. They will be destroyed. And so you get the result. She would not have become the consultant pathologist that she is today, and an excellent one at that. When she was graduating, 18 prizes or whatever prize, 16 of them she took, and 2 miserable ones. To show compassion, she left 2 miserable ones for her colleagues to struggle for. Saying that when you join, you are simply saying you are subhuman. Be the court that others will come and join. Be the court that will collapse every other one that exists. And finally, it is not enough that you say, I will not join. Help to expose them wherever they are. If you can't talk to anybody, you can talk to the dean of students. You can go to the All Saints Church there, talk to Igbinusi, the Reverend Venerable that is there. He's ready to take bullets on your behalf if you are honest. When you say it does not concern me, when the house comes crumbling, when the hooligans come disrupting exams and destroying things, you will know that it concerns you. Thank you for listening. Okay.
All of this information, we need them. When you allow him continue, he has a lot of information to give. Thank you very much, sir. Please, another round of applause for Barrister Nwodo. Mrs. Omozoje Kosemani, who is representing the bursar, will be talking to us about bursary service in relations to students. In Uniben, these are the places you must go to. You must have business in student affairs. You must have business in bursary. The student union president, Comrade Israel Agbola, is here. We want to recognize you. Please a round of applause for our student union president.
Standing on the existing protocol. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Standing on the existing protocol. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you to the greatest university of Benin. I am Mrs. Omozoje Kosemani, and standing on behalf of the acting bursar of this great university, Mr. G.O. Osadolo. I'm here to speak about the bursary services in relation to students. Bursary services are essential for the smooth integration of students into the university environment, providing vital financial and administrative support. This orientation lecture focuses on outlining the steps, procedures, and opportunities available through the bursary department to ensure a seamless academic journey for the fresh students in the 2024/2025 academic session. First and foremost, the first payment you will make is your acceptance fee, and this payment is via your COFA page. For the science students, it amounts to 80,000, and for the non-science, you pay 60,000. I'm sure each and every one of you have paid that sum. Then the next step, you download your documents requested by the great university, your WAEC result, admission letter, and other documents requested. At that point, you will request for an online clearance. And when you are cleared, you proceed to pay your school fees. For the science students and for the non-science students, the amount of school charges you are meant to pay is on your COFA page. After the payment, you proceed for your financial clearance through your faculty officer, and after that, you obtain your eligibility form, and you can proceed for your physical clearance at your department, course registration, and your faculty clearance. At this point, you may also want to apply for your hostels, and I'm sure each and every one of you have gone through this procedure already. But before you apply for your hostels, you must have paid your school fees, and for the application, you pay 2,000 naira. Once you've done that, the details regarding hostel accommodation, the different charges for the respective hostels are all on the way up page. Then you pay your record file. That is a sum of 3,000 naira. You pay this amount, record file and your medical examination. These payments are made via your remitter. And after that, you come to the cash management section for confirmation of those payments. Then you proceed to full-time session. That is for the full-time student. So you can be issued a university receipt. Hence, you go to the admission office where you'll be given folders. Then for the part-time section, you go to for the part-time students, you go to the part-time section. Then to your cover page. I would like to repeat that again. Students facing financial difficulties, that is challenges, can take advantage of the NELFund initiative introduced by the federal government of Nigeria. To know more about this, kindly visit your cover page to get more comprehensive guidelines. Then, I will advise each and every one of you that you should have a personal file to ensure any payment you make, you keep a copy. Because by the end of your program in the University of Benin, you still have to come to the bursary department for financial clearance. At this point, I'm sorry to say, if you misplace any of your receipts, and there is no evidence for payment, you may have to make another payment. So to avoid this, always have a personal file to keep your receipt. Then another information I would like to advise you guys is, you should have always visit the university cover page, because any updates regarding any information about the institution in respect of financial matters will be uploaded on the cover page. In conclusion, the bursary department is committed to facilitate the integration of fresh students through their services. By providing the outlined process students can embark on their academic journey smoothly, students are encouraged to take full advantage of the support system in place and employ financial aid opportunity when needed. And there are situations whereby you pay your school fees. I will also advise you go to your cover page to ensure what you paid is reflecting on your page. If it's not, kindly visit the bursary department. We will be of assistance to you. At this point, I would like to say thank you all for your great attention.
Bursary is very important. Listen, she said one thing, and I'm sure so many of you did not pick it. In University of Benin, if you go to where they sell water and you buy water and they give you receipt, that receipt, don't say it's common receipt. keep that receipt. If not, on the day of reckoning, the water seller will no longer be there, and you will need that receipt for one very serious purpose. Not only in bursary, in your various departments. When you are graduating by the grace of God, before student affairs, the doing student affairs is the last to clear you. Before he will give you his paper that you have graduated, without his paper, you cannot get a result from University of Benin. Before he will give you that his paper, there are different places you will visit with all those your year 1 paper, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, as the case may be. If you misplace anyone, verily, verily, I say unto you, your own. They say to whom head is given, sense is added. So you must check it very well and use it. The beauty of the University of Benin is that the university is in Benin and that everybody can be accommodated. That is why in University of Benin, the student union president is not an indigene of a state, but is a student in University of Benin. And one thing the student affairs believe is that when you are a law-abiding student, no matter where you come from, you already have Uniben blood. You are eligible to vote and be voted for. And that is why, all the way from Ekiti village, Comrade Israel Agbola is our student union president. President, please come and tell us something.
Good morning, everybody. I know we are also gentle and calm, and we don't do that in Uniben. So, even though we are gentle and calm for now, greatest Uniben students. To start with, let me give honor to whom deserves it. Good morning, sir. The Dean of Students. You're standing. Good morning, sir. Good morning. That's my daddy right there. We'll explain that part later though. But greatest Uniben students, you all are looking beautiful and everything. No, if the way Uniben is in 100 level, I was like this in 100 level. I was very fat when I was 100 level. Yes. Yesterday when he was saying, he said he had small body. I wish you had seen me in 100 level. I was big. And if you just follow the stats outside there, you'll notice they started with straight, then it's bending. So by the time you get to part of the auditorium there, it's all bent. So I was never this bent before. I used to be. So once again, good morning. My name is Agbola Timilei, a 500 student of environmental management and toxicology, life sciences, and at this moment, the president of the students' union. So we are here because at the matriculation there was in an interview, and I said this set of freshers are the luckiest set of freshers because first of all, you all are entering the school in the period where the school is undergoing a transformative period. I don't know if you get it. We are moving from limelight to stardom. So you are like, should I say, you are the part of people working with, I don't know even what is this time, the way Joshua. So the whole process of living Egypt, we did all those things already. So you all now are following everybody inside your new land. I'm here not to bore you because I'll be speaking from a student's point of view. We've had great speakers here from the departments in the school, but now it's time to talk. Student to students, guy to guy, you understand? Bro to bro, Gen Z to Gen Z. So that's how we're going to talk now. I know you probably had a lot about Uniben and you probably have a lot in your head, a lot of stereotypes, a lot of beliefs. But trust me, you're already at the stage where you will make the decision yourself. Whatever it is you want to do, whether good or bad, you're on your own. That's the funny thing. That if you make today, say, I'm very sure you made the decision yourself. Or maybe you saw the flyer somewhere, or maybe somebody invited you. Trust me, you made that decision yourself. And that's how it will be for the next 2-3 years. Whatever decision it is you are making now, you will get the reward, either good or bad. Nobody will remind you about classes, nobody will remind you about assignments, no coach will call you to come and do your exam, nobody will remind you anything. You will do it yourself. You will make that decision. And that's one thing I want you to know. So you will set your priorities straight, you will get your focus right. Because every other thing you enjoy, you are not even enjoy. That's the funny part. You will enjoy a lot. But you see that first part of setting your priorities right, that okay, this is what I want to achieve and this is it. Just be focused. Every other thing, you will enjoy it. And what the priority is, the academics. You want to play ball, you want to go party, you want to involve in politics. I don't know, you want to do your faculty rep, you want to start business, you want to do a lot of things, you will do it. You have all, like, you have 200 level, 300, 400, and as it may apply, you have 500 or maybe even 600. You have everything. But this 100 level to set the foundation. I mean, you can't give what you don't have. So whatever it is that you want to give in these years, you have to start having it now. So this 100 level, maybe you promise anybody first class at home. Not me though, I didn't promise anybody, but I don't know about you. Maybe you promise your parents first class and you are now saying, okay, I will just let me chill first in this 100 level. Don't chill. If you chill, your exam will chill. I don't know what they've been telling you, it's like less than 50 days to exam. I know you are looking at me, you are feeling orientation. And what's the goal actually? Going to graduate and go back home. You know, I don't know if you were okay, you were not here like a few months ago, last year, when these same sports they were doing this convocation. You have to see the joy on the parents. Like that's the kind of joy I want you to picture inside your head. Like just have it in your head that okay, in the next 4 years, my parents will see me and they will laugh, they will be happy. Just have it in your head. Like once you have that in your head, anytime you want to make a decision, just like, let me speak with you in case you get it. You like, my parents will go like this one. You rest. So all these sorts of don't join courts, don't do this, don't steal, don't do drugs, don't do fraud, don't do everything. It's everything. We'll put it together and think, will my parents want me to do this? Like if you add that and you know that your parents won't do it, that will just like answer your question. Or if you just ask yourself, will this actually make me lose focus? Because trust me, I don't know, they do say people that pass, they have 2 heads. People that fail, do they have half head? Let's ask that question too, because if you are saying you want to do it and you will survive and you will manage schooling with anything, or maybe somebody is somewhere pushing you to tell you to do this and this and this, it won't work. And that will lead us to the part I'm going, the people around you. You are in 100 level, you resumed maybe 2 weeks ago, you have 10 friends already, or let's say 15 friends. You already have a reading group, you have a clique, you guys online class, everything. Just 2 weeks. How do you know the person before? Like where? You have to pick the person around you, pick the people around you. You don't have to have 10 friends. In fact, you don't have to have the best friend. Nobody has to know your house if you are not living on campus. Nobody has to do that. Nobody has to know what's in your pockets. So you have to watch your head, watch your pockets, watch your mouth, watch your boots, watch your everything. Because it's a matter of what's in your head. Your friend doesn't have to know what it is they are giving you at home. Then now will now need to fear pressure. Oh, my parents is giving me 5K monthly. Yeah, and it's small. Then your friend will be so 5K, that's small. Don't worry, we'll go to this club, they'll spend money and this and this and this. Imagine. See somebody that promised our parents first class. You're already going to club to collect money. Oh, allow. Then financial discipline. When I said you should watch your pockets, you don't have to buy anything. You know, I started with you really want to make your decisions. And before you enter this school, maybe you grew up like me. You want to buy something, you have to go home and now, daddy, I want to do this. But now you're not in the position where if you see something you want to buy, you really want to make the decision yourself. I don't know if you get it. You don't want to say, I want to buy, no, I don't want to cook today. Let me buy shawarma. Let me buy this. Or maybe you have a budget for 10K for, let's say, a month. Then you bought shawarma of 6K in one day. Now you have 30 days left. And you have 4K left. You know, you understand now? That's the financial discipline I'm talking about. So, if you've been spending your money anyhow, please continue. But don't forget, Sapa is coming. No, I'm just telling you. You know, the woman from the medical center said something about relationship and depression. I don't know why you're in 100 level and you're so interested. Like, I don't know the rush. I just don't know what's sweet about it. See, I'm telling you, I'm in 500 level. I'm telling you, it's not sweet. 100 level relationship is not sweet. See, let me tell you this gist. When I was in 100 level, I used to go to 1000 LT as early as 6 a.m. Not because I wanted to learn physics or chemistry. It was because I was trying to keep a seat for one girl I was liking then. You understand? Trust me, the relationship never manifested. I was so into it the first 2 weeks of resumption. I would go as early as 6 a.m. You know, it's a rush now. You will go, not for myself, or just put my bag here. Okay, this one is for Joe. Just sit down here. You understand now? So it was like that, and don't let me see what happened, but nobody should ask. It's my, no, don't ask me. So there's no rush. You'll get your 300 level. Maybe your parents are expecting you after graduation to come home with a fiancé or fiancé. Don't worry. You will do that, but not now. For now, just rest. Stay low-key. Read, go home, sleep, go to church. Don't do that for this 100 level. Even that's just what you will do. 400 level, you can do what you want to do, but I'm very sure by then you must have had this in your brain that there's really no gain in this. So you will be able to stay low-key and stay away from trouble. That's very important. Stay away from trouble. Watch the way you talk. Even it's a great place, but like every environment, there are risks. See, just this morning we caught a guy that has been going around campus trying to, then he put it the way he has been operating, he will strip naked and maybe masturbate and something. I got a video of him this morning and we caught him this morning. The CSO caught him this morning. So stay away from trouble. You see someone like that, reach out to the necessary authorities. No, now start saying, that's when you now start maybe throwing stone at him and ask right. All those things are not necessary. You are going to a field to play ball, you are playing ball, or there are others coming to you and telling you, so we say one play ball, all those kind of things. Immediately, you don't have to say, do you know who I am? Who are you? You are a bloody fresher. Don't tell anybody you don't know who. No, it's true. You don't have to tell anybody. You are just on the left. I beg you, I go shift to. Let's go home and sleep. See, you always have joy in sleeping. I don't know. If you are outside and somebody wants to like trouble you, just have to your mind that, you know what, I'm go home and sleep. You've avoided a lot of things, like a lot that way. So that's one thing I want you to actually like have. And if this 100 level will make you become an introvert, no wahala. Become an introvert. It's necessary. I need it. I'm supposed to speak for 5 minutes, but so the student union is here for you. Don't worry. We have 10 executives and the parliament. The parliament, they're over 150 something, and they represent every faculty. And I'm very sure you have a faculty president or governor. You have a departmental president, you have a court rep, you have a faculty rep, you have everything. So even if you are in 100 level, Ekenwa, I will get your message. Even if you call, no, don't call me in the middle of the night. Even if you call me anytime, I will pick your call. And I will listen to you. I will hear everything it is you want to say. If you want to complain, even if it's your boyfriend issues or your girlfriend issues, I will answer you, don't worry. We will fight the boyfriend and we'll tell him to do it. So we are always everywhere for you. We have the director of welfare, we have the director of socials, and okay, maybe you are thinking it's just book. Don't worry, we got you. You see all those funds you want to have, the funds that you've actually envisaged that you will do when you get to school. We will organize it for you. You know, we'll do it in a cultured manner. We'll do it in a way that where your priorities are actually set straight and not just anyhow. So if it's ball you want to play, if it's party you want to party, if it's a dance you want to dance, if it's anything you want to do, the student union will do it for you. Don't worry. Whatever it is they are serving you out there, we'll serve it here. Better and better self. So the final thoughts. This one is just a goodbye. Okay, don't say goodbye because we'll still see each other. We'll still see more of each other. Make these years count. Please, I'm actually begging you, make it count. The University of Benin can either be your place of regret or it can also be your greatest opportunity and the greatest decision you've ever made. That's what you should know. At the end of your 4 years or your 5 years, whatever it is you are taking away from this school, it's what you yourself have done. So please, make that decision. Please, it's actually like very easy. That's the funny thing. I'm begging. Just stick straight to the rules. Just be normal. Nobody's asking for anything extra. Just be normal. That's it. So please. So once again, don't forget my name. And because I'm very sure you forgot my name already. My name is Timilei. Just call me Timmy anytime. If you want to reach out to me, my number is everywhere. And while I was speaking, my vice president came in. She's very beautiful. I know. She's sitting there. Look at her smile. Because her name is Omoto Mefevo. So we are here for you. She's also here for you. Anytime, any day. Thank you so much. Welcome to Uniben. Please come assistant. Maybe you are thinking this road university is just boys. Don't worry. Yeah, we are not sexist. She will talk. You hear a beautiful voice.
Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Omotome Fibo, and I'm the Student Union Vice President. Okay, the president has said a whole lot. I will just chip in some things. As we all know, the main reason why we're in school here is to get good grades, right? So even if we want to indulge ourselves in extracurricular activities, we should also know that the main reason why we're in school here is our academics. Very, very important. That means you have to prioritize your time. You get, I know sometimes some fellowship might want to reach out to you. You should come for service like on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And at that point, you notice that you don't even have time for yourself. You don't have time for yourself. If there's anything you should avoid, is you having carryover more. The feeling is, it's really bad. The feeling is bad. And the only way you can avoid that is when you give time to your books, when you read. It's very, very important. For example, now my department, because I'm from Department of Philosophy, 100 level is like 10%, 200 level is 20%, 300 level is 30%, and 400 level is 40%. Now, all these percentages are very, very important. Now, if your foundation, which is the 100 level, is not strong, you might not really get that 2-1 that you want or the first class that you've been dreaming of. So for the fact that, yes, you want to make your parents proud, you should as well make your own self proud. Then lastly, I want to say it here. If you're facing any form of oppression or you're facing pressure, especially from the girls, probably from the guys, maybe some boys with boots, they're always on boots. Maybe they actually meet you and they're like pressurizing you to enjoy yourself in this or that. No. You should always learn to reach out to the student union, and we'll try our best to see how we can come in to make sure that you don't face any challenges in school. Thank you.
Another round of applause for the Student Union President and Vice President. May I quickly let you know that University of Benin is a disciplined school. You see this dean of student that is laughing with you now. You don't go late to his class. He's a professor of economics. I happen to be a course advisor to some of his students. When he takes his class, they tell you the dean is very jovial. You enjoy his class, but don't come late. That is the height of discipline. In Uniben, it is no nonsense place. You see this SUG president and the vice president that spoke to you. Before they became president and vice president, they were students. And they were respected by authorities. And the moment they became vice president and president and vice president, let me tell you one thing. I happen to be a former public relations officer of this university. And as a former public relations officer, I can go to Dean's office when the Dean is having a meeting. I can't go into his office. But when the student union president comes to Dean's office, he does not wait for protocol. He goes straight to see the dean. He does not wait for protocol. He goes straight to see the vice chancellor. Do you know why? They respect them because authority has been given to them. Before they gave them this authority, before you contest SCG election, you must be in 2-1. Note that anybody you see in the union is not done. The CGPA must be 3.5 before you can contest SCG election. So if you have the dream of wanting to become, you must start it from 100 level. That is where we are driving to. Some of you, instead of facing your books, you now face fellowship. We are not saying serving God is bad. The time you are supposed to be reading, the time you are supposed to attend your lecturer's class, you go to Orchard, you'll be doing prayer session. You'll be doing deliverance for another person and you have not delivered yourself. Later, you will not drop out of school. Yet, they will still be calling you pastor, papa. At the end of the day, 4 years will come and it will pass. That's your 4-year course. To those who you are pastoring, you have graduated. But to us, we already know that you only got certificate of attendance. For you not to feel bad in the society, you now go and attend a Bible school for 6 months. Then they will not start calling you pastor. From there, you not grow yourself to reverend. From there, you not become a bishop without a university degree. But everybody knows that you attended Uniben. But for the Uniben authority, they know that they never give people like you certificate. So you have so many pastors on campus who are highly intelligent. The president said it. It is your choice to make. That's why we are begging you, make the good choice so that you will enjoy it while it lasts. That is why we will now invite a mother to come and talk to us on guidance and counseling services, University of Benin. Please let me welcome Professor Mrs. O.N. Ayen.
Great Uniben students. Great Uniben students. Sounds nice, isn't it? So I congratulate you on your admission into this great citadel of learning, also known as Unibest. You are very lucky to be among the few that have gained admission into this place. And I know you must be very proud of yourself. And your parents also must be proud of you for making it into here. So I welcome you once again and I congratulate you over and over. And then I want us to look at Uniben. When you look at the logo of Uniben, you find that our motto there is what? What's the motto of Uniben? Knowledge for service. And that brings me to asking, why are we here? So it's for knowledge and service. That means we are here to acquire knowledge, enough of it, get a certificate, and then be able to contribute our own quota to nation building. That by the time you leave Uniben, after the number of years you are supposed to be here, people will know that indeed you have been somewhere acquiring knowledge. They will know indeed that you are a person with knowledge and also character. That is why you're here, isn't it? So this greeting is from the Students Guidance, Counseling, and Career Development Center. This center I'm going to tell you about is located at the old bookshop building. That's what we call it. Some of you must have gone around campus, so you know, close to the students' mosque, where you have the area where you have Hall 3, Hall 1, Hall 2, and Hall 3. Just before you get to Hall 3, there's a building on the way to the mosque, and then the Manual building. There we have the Students Guidance and Counseling Center. And I suppose we may have some students here from Mekewa campus also. We also have an office there at the old staff club building near the health center. That is where we are. Why are we here? You are here, like we said, to gain enough knowledge to get a certificate and go. So you have to attend classes. You have to do your assignments. Very soon, some of you, depending on the course you are reading, you will now have to go to laboratories, schools, hospitals to go and practice, and then eventually do your exams and you graduate. We are there in the counseling center to guide your total developments. Our concern is that you have come in here to get a degree, that you get that degree in good time. You know, we want you to get that degree in good time, and you want you to get that degree happily. Anything, whether it's from the classroom, hostel, even from your parents, friends, or whatever, that will hamper that purpose. That's our concern. Our concern also is that you live here and you be employable. You know, it's possible to get a degree and then you find out that you are not employable. That means you go looking for a job and then somehow you don't get it. And you don't wonder, I'm holding the same certificate as the other person. We want you to be employable. So your employability is our concern. So in this counseling and career development center, we go find out that there's a lot you need to know about yourself. We'll help you in self-evaluation, self-understanding. We'll help you walk through your interests.
Sorry, please. I've just noticed that some of us are here, we are not here. You notice I went out to stop some students. Some of them had the guts to say lecturer is in the class teaching. Some of them said they are taking attendance on here. Some of them said they want to submit files. So anyone you see, I say, come and stay here. There are those that are running out. Tomorrow when you fall victim, you will not say you were not told. Please continue, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So that is our concern. So what do we have to offer you? First, we talk about the counseling. What is counseling? Counseling is a talking therapy. So more often than not, we talk with you. We want to talk with you. It's a professional assistance that we give. So we have counselors in that center that will give you professional assistance to resolve any problems you may have. Personal problems, academic, what have you. We are there. We can give you counseling as an individual, which we call individual counseling. We can also give you counseling in groups of you. Then we do what we call preventive counseling. I don't know what you have heard about counseling before. It is not those who have problems that come to the counseling center. So don't let that discourage you. We give what we call preventive. We help you to avoid falling into the pits. You don't wait until you fall in before you now start crying, please help me. So we do preventive counseling and we also do remedial counseling. What are those aspects that we do? One, academics. One thing I don't know you would have been told here and you already see. Since you entered here, you find that you are free. There's freedom. Nobody is asking you where you are going to. You know, we are here now. You can see the dean of students say, come back. When we were coming here just now, I met one of you. I didn't even know until I questioned. I knew she was in 100. And I said, what are you? She was sitting down. I said she was tired. Her legs were aching. She was going where? To her department. I said, okay, you have a class? She said, no, to collect a book. Then I went further. What level are you in? And then she said, 100 level. I said, then you are not supposed to be there. You are supposed to be in auditorium. In fact, that's where we are going. And she said she thought those who came yesterday should not come today. I don't know. Does it mean that those of you here are the ones who didn't come yesterday? So that's what she said. And I told her no, that we were on our way to the place. Did she see us yesterday? She said no. I said, so come here. I hope she will walk in here soon. So you find you are free. You may not even get information that you should have. Freedom is good because sometimes it helps individuals to know that they can really be self-determined. It helps you to know that you can take decisions on your own. But when freedom is unguarded, it becomes dangerous. That's where we come in. You've been told, oh, some lecturers, specifically when Compare here spoke, he said, oh, the dean, if you come late to his class, some other classes, they don't care. Whether you come to the class or not, you're on your own. You may not even come at the end, but you know what will happen? You will fail. You remember our vice president of the student union has told you that one thing you must avoid is having carryover. But this freedom can actually make you to have a carryover. You just end up at the opposite the gate. I don't know what they call it. You can be there the whole day. Nobody will come and call you. Class rep will not write your name and submit, then they will claim you the next day. No. And then you can also decide not to enter your hostel when you are supposed to be there. They won't write your name and report. But the issue is, what you came here for, you may not get it. So in the counseling center, we teach you time management. How to manage your time. Everybody here is 24 hours a day we all have. There's no one here that has more time than the other. But you find that some people make good use of their time and then they make all A's. And then others end up with E's and F's and they don't do well. We all are not equally endowed. Yes, we know. So in the counseling center, the counselors will help you to understand yourself. Some people, as they enter the classroom, the lecturer is talking, they get it fast. They write it. They look at it maybe once a week or twice. The exams, they get their A's. Some of us need to read it 2-3 times that same day to get the A. Some of us will have to read it over and over and even ask questions. You must be able to know where you belong. You must know yourself. Don't look at somebody, the person is playing outside. Oh, so I'll join. So when you have difficulties with your academics, come to the counseling center. Speak to us about it. Are you underachieving? Are you finding difficult to understand what the lecturers are saying in the classroom? Once you begin to experience that kind of thing, come. The counseling center, the counselors are there, they will help you. Academic stress is real because you are doing more courses than you did in your secondary school. And then the volume of work is much also. For some of us, it may become overwhelming. We don't know what to do, and then you'll be crying. There's help in the counseling center. Come. There is nothing you come with to that place that we have not heard about. Nothing. There will be nothing new, and nobody is going to say, you mean nothing. Some of us, like we have mentioned here already, there is pressure. You are a very beautiful girl. Only one girl, 10 people are telling you you are beautiful. They want you to be their girlfriend. Even the boys too. The pressure is there. You are unable to say no. Come to us. We teach you how to be assertive, how to be able to say no when you want to know that, hey, if I say no now, this person may be angry. But you really want to say no. Come to us. We'll teach you how to say no when you need to say no. You must be able to do that. Come to the counseling center. Are you already being cajoled into sexual promiscuity? There are people that actually came in from where they are coming with already standard. That's what they've been doing before. So you, as a new person, your friends are beginning to say, let's go out this weekend. We have somewhere. We'll go 3 days. And your mother you've never been that way. And you are finding it difficult to say no because you want to maintain the friendship. Come to us. We'll teach you how to say no. Sexual promiscuity, prostitution, cultism, drugs, all these are around. Some of us are coming in with them. Some of us have never been there. But friendship can lead you into it. Once you notice that kind of thing and you know that you are not cut out for it, come to us. We'll teach you how to say no, how to go about it while still maintaining your friendship. One thing we want to know about us is that we have that core value of confidentiality. What you say to us cannot be heard by another person. What you say to one counselor in the center will not be shared with another counselor. confidentiality. So don't be afraid that when I tell them now, everybody's going to know that's what I've been doing. No. Are you under stress, unhappy, even if it's from your parents, parental rejection, whatever it is, you can talk to the counselors. It is when we talk to you, whoever you want to get to know about what your problem is a person who will know. We will not do it without your permission. The counseling center is there for you. Our concern is that you graduate. You are happy while you are in school. You gain knowledge here, good character, and then you graduate and will be proud to say that young man, that young lady is a graduate of the University of Benin. Gambling is also another one that may be there. We want you not to be part of it. We also teach you how to study. How do we read? There are many ways of reading. We have so many methods that you can use in reading. We teach how to read. We put you through. We have SQ, 3R, and all those methods. We teach you so you can read well and, retain. How to retain, remembering and forgetting. We know how people forget. We know what helps people to remember things they have read. We can teach you how to do that. And then we can also teach you good study habits. Good study habits. So that you can have a routine, a habit of reading, which won't fail you. That first class, 2-1 that you want to get, you get it when we put you through all this that we are talking about. We help you to overcome stress. You know that when you pile up your work, that is when stress begins. Headaches, when there shouldn't be headache. Unable to sleep, and then exams come. And you find that I'm not ready yet. We teach you how to prepare for exams. We teach you also how to relate in school. You are here. Many of you have never really been in a boarding house before. So how do you relate with other people? Your roommate does this way. I'm not happy with that. Come to us. We teach you how to live with other people. How you can overcome any issues that there may be in the hostel. You can talk to us. We are there for you. I say it again, confidentiality is our watchword. Friendliness, confidentiality. There's nothing you can come to tell us that we have never heard before. That you can be sure of. Whatever it is you are doing that you are not happy about, whatever it is you are doing now that you are ashamed of, and you don't know how to stop it, come and tell us about it. We'll help you go through it so that you can be proud of yourself as a person. Your parents also will be proud of you as an individual. Like I said, counseling is a talking therapy. We talk. Most of the time, what we do is talk. We talk with you. We help you to be self-directed, not others-directed. So we are not going to tell you, oh, you don't know what to do. This is what to do. We'll give you all the options. Help you to see your problem in a broad perspective. This is the issue. Talk about it. And then you take a decision that you yourself will be proud of. A decision that will help you to move on in life and you'll never go back again. Now, how do you assess that support? I've told you where we are. Walking any day. Walk into the counseling center anytime between 8 and 4 p.m. and ask to see a counselor. You receive your counseling. We also have our flyers which we'll distribute to you. Our numbers are there. Then I talked about let's quickly go to our career developments. What do we mean by that? Trying to help you that you are here to study. You are here to acquire knowledge for service. We also want to give you skills that will enable you even to be, because there are some people that may need to work and learn. We organize workshops. We organize seminars, career fairs. We liaise with employers who come all the time to talk to us. So you can have an idea of what you can do with yourself. We help you to match your interests with your personality. We have tests that we give out, tests that will give you, and it tells us about you. And by the time you get those things, you yourself will agree that that is just who you are. We have such tests. We give it to you. So when you come in there, we give you those tests. We find out what your character is. What are you interested in doing? We match it such that you yourself will be happy with whatever we come up with. So when we organize such fairs, we expect you to be there. Not the way you can see how so few people are here. There's a lot to gain in Uniben. The lectures are there. Things are there. Here also, this counseling issue helps you to navigate through the university happily. Come to us and you will not regret doing so. Our own there, you can acquire skills that will help you to translate after graduation to work. We teach you about the world of work. I know that even some of us here may be working as we're here. Some others desire to, but are yet to get something. Come and talk with us. We can help you to work out something that will help you to get some money and still be able to do your studies effectively. We're also here to give you support. We teach you how to write your CV, how to prepare for jobs, how to acquire skills beyond what you are doing here now that will enable you to be employable once you leave the university. These are, and how you can access us, like I said, is walk into the center. I want to tell you again, our center is located at the old bookshop, just before Hall 3. I'm sure some of you already know it. Before the Manomo. You know where the Manomo office is? Who knows where the students' mosque is? Hall 3. Hall 1. Some of you, are you from Ekewa campus? From Ekewa campus, come to us. Save yourself the trouble. Like we have in our prize there, unhappy, easily bored. Are you being bullied by others? Because there are some bullies here. Some of us also watch others being bullied. Come to us, we'll help you. Decision making. Sometimes we are unable to take our decisions. Sometimes some of us have low self-esteem, inferiority complex. People have clothes they are wearing. I don't have as many as they have. Come to us. We teach you how to see yourself as a person of worth. One thing we have, one of our principles is that every one of you is regarded as someone of worth and dignity. We give what we call unconditioned positive regard to everyone, not with your looks, whether you are male or female, you are tall or short, you are beautiful, or some people say you are not. We give you unconditional positive regard and regard you as a person of worth. And it doesn't matter what you are bringing to us, whether you have this issue of taking things that don't belong to you and you want to stop it. Come to us. There's nothing you come in with that we haven't heard before. There's no problem, no issue you come in with that we have not seen before. Come in and we help you. We don't want you to drop out of school. We don't want your hopes to be dashed. We don't want your challenges to bring you down. We don't want your parents to be unhappy with you. We don't want a situation where you go into gambling, prostitution, or whatever. Please come to us. The Guidance and Counseling Center, located at the old bookshop, and also Ekewa campus at the old staff club building. We are there for you. Come and you will be happy that you did. I wish you a great stay in the University of Benin. And I pray that in the next few years, we'll see graduates from here. Thank you.
Indeed, she is a mother. Now, from the counseling angle, you have now agreed with the president and the vice president that in University of Benin is all malam to its old kettle, is per head. you don't call the next person before you do something, and they will not ring bell for you to come to the class. They are sharing the flyer now. You just pick one. She talked about some persons not here, and you are here. Count yourself lucky. In the university, it's all about commitment. I didn't tell the dean of students. As I was driving down, the moment I got to what's it called, computer sciences, I passed the bump. My car went off. I tried starting and starting. The thing did not start. I just got some boys around to help me push it to the side. I was strolling, they saw me, they thought I was just taking a stroll. They didn't know that the car refused to move. And I was going to give excuse that, oh, I will come late. I want to wait for mechanic to come. But if it's for me to come and collect millions, do you think I will not abandon that thing? That is the commitment you should begin to have to your studies. Tell yourself that every other thing will wait. If I am living here now, I will not trek back. A car will come and pick me. But the beauty of it is that you should understand that there are priorities in school. And that is what the counselor has told you. If you now find it difficult to place it, visit the counselor. All they do is to listen to you, discuss with you, and you will still be the one to take the decision. So we want to thank you very seriously, ma'am, for taking us along. Oh, I don't have money to go to school, and I have admission. Thank God, our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has brought in hope. And this hope is everywhere. It is something our Vice Chancellor has keyed into. The Vice Chancellor mandated the Dean of Student Affairs to take this message to all students of the university. Last session, Vinsa, in the class I invigilated, the instruction is no evidence of payment, no exam. Suddenly, the next memo we got from the school authority was anybody that comes with NEL fund, that person should write the exam. And so many persons came in with that paper, and they were allowed to write the exam. And so the Student Affairs Division are taking it upon themselves to carry this message around. That is why I want to invite the Assistant Dean of Students, Dr. Imariagbe, to come and talk to us what we need to know about NEL fund and access to education.
All right, good afternoon. I believe the summary of NEFON has been said by our moderator. But meanwhile, I just want us to watch this video and just say one or two things. NEFON is a loan scheme, just like you heard from the moderator. It's an acronym that stands for Nigerian Education Loan Scheme. Loan Fund. Nigerian Education Loan Fund. With our headquarters based at Abuja. The educational fund is established to address a purpose and with laudable aim
The pivotal financial institution established by the government of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to provide loans towards ensuring sustainable higher education. Nelfund is a pivotal financial institution established by the government of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to provide loans towards ensuring sustainable higher education, functional skill development for Nigerian students and young people alike. Great Uniben students. How does Nelfund Students Loan affect you? The main objective of Nelfund is to provide financial support for qualified University of Benin students. It provides for your tuition and other fees, charges and upkeep during your studies at the university, thus relieving you and your parents from the financial burden for university education. Too good to be true? Students from other universities in Nigeria who apply for Nelfund have benefited up to the sum of 2.9 billion naira across 19 institutions around the country as of August 2024. The University of Benin accessing only an insignificant 24 million of this sum. Great Uniben students, the call is yours. You must immediately take urgent and adequate steps to benefit from this education support fund by applying to Nelfund immediately. We must all take advantage of this fund. The fund is real. The process is easy. The benefits are huge. The Nelfund loan repayment is very convenient as payment commences long after beneficiaries have graduated and secured employment. Remember, no interest is charged on the loan. Visit Uniben Nelfund office at Student Affairs Department, Uniben Ugawa Campus, Benin City for more information. Uniben students. Nelfund, available to make education easier for Uniben students.
So that's the video clip for Nelfund. I would like to encourage every one of us to take advantage of it. We saw the billion naira was disbursed to University of Benin, not for free, but to offset the tuition fee of those who applied. It should be on record today that the scheme is being appreciated in the north. A large number of the northerners are enjoying it. And perhaps because we didn't have information about it, so a significant number of our students had applied. But as we speak, we have over 1,000 persons from University of Benin has applied. I want to encourage you to go to the website. The link is already on your Kofa page. If you know of any students, your colleagues that have not applied, what we did in University of Benin, because the first stage of it is to register every student. Just as you are seated here, you have been registered, which implies that your data is already with Nelfund. It is just for you to indicate your interest and apply for the loan. The loan covers tuition, which is your school fees, and it also covers what we call your upkeep. The upkeep is 20,000 naira monthly. So just imagine every month you are getting 20,000 naira as upkeep. And perhaps that may bring about the question that is commonly asked: how do we pay? The payment is very simple. You only pay 2 years after your NYSC, not after graduation. After your NYSC, with a clause. If you are here to get a job, you are not doing anything, you can also request for extension. So is that flexible? I have graduated, I have served, but I'm here to secure a job. You write to them and it will be extended. And how much do they deduct? They deduct 10% of your gross. 10%. I've always used this to draw an illustration. If you are earning 100,000, they will only collect 10,000 naira. So the loan is offset. And number two, it's important to know that the Nelfund loan is without interest. Whatever you have requested for and be disbursed to you is what you are going to pay. You are not going to pay any additional money. So it's important for us to take advantage of it. Perhaps some of us will say, I've paid my school fees. It's still very open to you. You can as well apply. When the loan school is being paid, it will roll over to your next section. Is that clear? And what are the advantages? One, it increases access to higher education. It increases access to higher education. We know that there are a lot of persons who want to continue their education, but they are having difficulties in paying of their school fees. So if you know of any such person, so long as a person has obtained an admission, gotten an admission into either federal university or a state-owned university or a skill acquisition center that has a license from the federal government, they can enjoy the privilege. So for us in University of Benin, if you have a classmate or a roommate, anybody who is a student of University of Benin, simply refer the person to Student Affairs Division. We have a desk office there with a desk officer, and we will guide you in the process. And the whole essence is to reduce the payment barrier. I can't fund my education. No, just like our moderator said, at the end, before examination, the student comes around and said, I can't pay. And the rule of the university says, no school fees, no exam. So with net fund, once you applied and your application is validated, what we do is to send the list of such persons with the approval of the management to the faculty, to the department, to grant permission for these persons to be allowed to write their examinations. So you now see that your educational journey can be seamless if you take advantage of this scheme. Students are already taking advantage of it because this is your rotation. It's important for you to take note of it. I would like us to have the flyer. Where is Madam? We've been sharing a soft copy of the flyer. Not on the flyer. Perhaps you may have seen this flyer. This flyer is actually coming from Student Affairs. Yes. It tells you of the 3 steps to go through to apply. It's very seamless. And the link is https://nelf.gov.edu/. Once you click on it, it asks you whether you want to accept the cookies. Just accept the cookies and the site is open for you to apply. It's a very simple system. So we encourage you to take advantage of it for your educational pursuit. Thank you very much.
If this was there in our time, I am sure we'll not have so many complaints. I'm sure when Professor Aye when they were still students, I think it was in your time, they were eating half chicken with 5 kobo and ice cream at the cafeteria, at the basement. Instead of giving us food there now, they are now giving us lectures. That basement you see as underground used to be a cafeteria where they go and eat. And they eat very well. But with this NEL fund, I'm sure the system is changing again. Students will begin to benefit. Do not shy away from what you are supposed to benefit from. Enjoy it. Thank you very much, Assistant Dean, for reminding us. And keep on reminding yourselves so that you benefit. Student conduct and discipline. This is to be taken by the friendly but disciplined Day Student Affairs. I at times want to ask him if he was a military man in his former life. But that notwithstanding, it is a topic that the Student Affairs Department enjoys most. And so the Deputy Registrar, Student Affairs, Mr. Omiri, will be talking to us on this matter, student conduct and discipline.
Thank you for this program. Students, you know, some of us who have the privilege to pass this training system, we say great, we say greatest. When I say greatest university, I say greatest university. My place, I'm talking about the brief history of the University of Benin. It rules and regulations. For the day we still take its own as a voice. I want to make it very snappy because I know we're running out of time. The University of Benin, as some of us may know, was founded in 1970. When the day President of the State and Delta State was under the Midwest region. That was on 23rd November 1970. They didn't actually start at the university then. They started as Midwest Institute of Technology, which was originated by the then military governor, Colonel F. O. Obelegan of blessed memory. The original means, you know that everything has started meeting. Some people were calling it then glorified secondary school. And really very happy to be the last of the first generation university. I think some of you were told yesterday. That was back then. But today, it's very proud university that everybody is proud of. Invaders, in fact, what we say, those of us who are alumni of Uniben, we have 3 universities in Nigeria. The University of Benin and others. Those are 3 of them. So, the university has grown over the years. It started as purely technical and science-based institute, but today offer courses in a wide range of human endeavors. The faculty that the university presently runs are agriculture, arts, education, engineering, environmental sciences, law, life sciences, pharmacy, physical sciences, management sciences, teaching sciences, veterinary medicine, and recently we have the faculty of vocational and technical education. So, we like to not only run this degree programs, we also have institutes that handle some of our certificates and diploma courses. The University of Benin, we are trying to outreach in a course of time. Currently have a large student population comprising of postgraduate and undergraduate students, including certificate and diploma students. But presently, only the postgraduate, undergraduate, full-time and part-time is about 53,180 students. Is that not the last number? 53,180 students. That excludes diploma and certificates. So you can imagine what the university management is coping with, managing all the and the resources to cater for the students. We have to apply management for that because it's not really easy managing such large number of students. That is just going to take for history. And I think continuously, we also need to applaud the visionary of the university. The entire of the beginning, when the family was still calling, very hard working, and most of the achievements in the then Midwest, later Bender State, and now I go and Delta State, are still standing over the two states. So we need to applaud him in continuously. Let's applaud and all those who have kept our vision alive to date. Now, we look at the aspect of the university rules, regulations, and compliance. We actually try to make it very clear. We say rules and regulations are put in place for the proper conduct, mutual respect, and harmonious relationship between staff and students within the university. And some of you have already observed that clearly every aspect of life is regulated here to avoid chaos. From the time you were given admission, you were told how to do your clearance, where to submit your files, and so many other things. Even the class, when I was governing class, like you were told my dean when you enter class, before he comes, you have to be seated. So if you violate that rule, you have to stay outside while the lecture goes on. All these are put in place to make you a better person. So, and friends, the rules and regulations in a university like Day2 are crucial for maintaining a safe, orderly, and productive learning environment, ensuring fairness and avoiding the investigation and vision. You know, if today we are saying the vision and mission that the visionary who established the university, you know, he wanted the university to be great to serve the interest of the very Midwest farmers, later Benderlands, and now I do a better set. If you check the information on the rest of the land, the chunk of it comes from Day and Day2. So, and the last 55 years, the university have produced giants in all sorts of human levels. When I say giants, professionals who are making waves across the globe. So that means it's not today, back then, 55 years ago. And so why do we have the rules and regulations? One, to protect the well-being of everybody in the community, which include students, staff, stakeholders, we have people who are coming into the campus. If there are no rules, there will be chaos and there will be some other things. To set expectations and standards. As we are somebody was saying, okay, I think our prof for guidance and counseling help us, teach us how to prepare. So I can come at times in our class. So I can excel academically. And some of these things can be set individually or by the university manager. To ensure orderly and efficiency. Of course, rules will help to produce people that are well behaved. That is, those who are obedient to the rules, well behaved, and to make them, to be result oriented in whatever they do. We also look at rules to also ensure that there is fairness and equity within the system. If there are no rules, people want to bully the other one, bully their mates, their friends, their classmates, or this other attitude that may not be in the best interest of the university or the entire student body. So, to ensure that everybody is fairly treated, that's why there are rules. Will come to the university, the same rule that applies to Mr. A applies to Ms. B. So, the no professional treatment. You still abide by the rule. And also we talk of academic integrity. Rules ensure that, like for instance, for every exam, there are exam rules. There are conditions that apply in the exam law. First, you have to be there before the exam starts. Second, You are supposed to maintain the quorum, and you are not expected to come with instrument material to the hall. All these are rules and regulations are set, not by the examiner itself, but by the university, to ensure that the people want to call Chukuri or study material to gain a full advantage. And by so doing, they ensure that there is academic integrity in the students, what the students has put down. We also say rules are set because to, to guard against potential conflicts. If there are no rules or regulations, there are bound to be conflicts. Some will be out of ignorance, some because some people want to, when they are not usually a ruling. So, when there are rules, everybody knows there is a boundary to what you do. And by so doing, everybody is protected. I think there are some actions that lead to rules and regulations. But before I go to that, let me also let you know that even as students, there are channels of communications. For instance, somebody violates your rights, or you're not fairly treated, whether by a student or by a lecturer, there are procedures. That's of course advisor, it's of first contact. When your course advisor, if it's not properly handled, maybe you feel that the grade you got is not what you actually merit, or you are expected an A, or a P, and now you are still a B or an E. Of course, you have the right to approach your course advisor. Maybe you may check for anyhow. If it's not properly handled, you can escalate it to your HOD. From the HOD to the day at that level. And all these layers of authority are there to ensure that there is orderliness within the departments and the faculty. So there are some actions that are not only allowed in the university, like we were already told by the CSU or the another speaker. So I just flipped to them. Fighting allowed anyway, whether in the university, whether in the classroom, or anywhere in the campus. You are an adult, and if somebody offends you, you can tell the person politely. Or if you not take action, escalate it through the appropriate channel. Evaluation of practice is not allowed. It's a university, you are supposed to work hard for the grade to earn, and any attempt to indulge in it or you are caught, there are disciplinary measures that have been put in place by the university. All these are to check to ensure that you get what you earn. Like those of us in the student affairs, authorized use of, office certain equipment in the hostels. Like current kitchen equipment, there are certain things that are not allowed in the hostels. And if you sneak them in like hot plate and others, and you are caught, of course you will dealt with. There are sanctions, you will be evicted from the hostels, and other sanctions that will go with it. If you don't know, learn now. There are many more, like squatting is not allowed. Then we say, when you come to consider security, the school you can do many from. If you are ruling on campus, that's security breach. If you drive recklessly, that's security breach. And several other security breach. So, the best advice is to avoid them and try to live within the confines of the rules that have been set. Many of these you will find in the student handbook that will be coming. Most of these are listed in the student handbook. I advise you that when it's sent to the faculties, get a copy, read them religiously, so that you don't run foul of the rules and you will not blame yourself. Because if you violate any of them, you can earn what we call prosecution, which can be 1 year, can be 2 years, can be 3, depending on the gravity of the offense. It can be expulsion with the total, you actually removed from the university. And only God knows. Just imagine you are to 200, 300 level of an year and expelled. The waste of time and resources. So, disobedience to no further. For instance, you went to class and said, please leave here, sit here, for a reason. And you said no, because you think you have a broad shoulder. Or your father is a governor. Disobey him, no further, it's not allowed here. Everybody must walk within the ambits of the rules. So, that is for that because of time. But let me also say this before I drop the mic. The Chairman University Admissions Board did mention it yesterday. But for the purpose of emphasis, we must ensure that when you are filling any official document within the university that require you to fill a full biodata, data including your name, sex, age, ensure that you fill your name legibly and in the order they appear. Don't abbreviate your names. I'm saying this because by the grace of God, the schedule officer for NYC. So some of these things, when the players, when your names are not for NYC, you'll be moving from pillar to post to try to sort it. If your name is family, write your family, you don't write your that. If your name is Emmanuel, and that is what in your birth, it's okay, write Emmanuel, don't write Emmanuel. Or Benjamin, like my name, don't say Ben. Give you a form to fill a class. Ensure that you fill it. Fill your matriculation number correctly. Because in the course of your, if you make any of these mistakes, it will affect you later. Maybe they give you a paper, fill how you want to make the paper, now that's the Ben, and they escalate the rest. You are mobilized, maybe the full of one issue, using that. I will now say a mental rights. My dear, rectifying that single, what to think is not important, it take a year. Your mate will go to send it and come back and say, you are still moving. It's okay to refer you back to down. It's okay to refer you to go. So, to avoid all that, ensure that your data are accurately at every point. You have what you call record file that have been filled. If it's not, there is anything that you think is not right, it's time to correct it. I think I want to stop here. Okay? Thank you for your audience.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, can we all stand up? I want all of us to clap for ourselves for just 1 minute. Can we just start now? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Tell your neighbor you are here to succeed. Tell the person behind you, both of us are here to succeed. We shall not join any bad club. We shall be good citizens of University of Benin and Nigeria. God bless all of us. Could you please sit down? Yeah, I want to quickly reiterate some of these things that we have discussed today. And this is going to, I can use it now. And this my discussion, which is going to be the last discussion for the day. First of all, we just want to go straight to the rules. The rules are clear. You can see those two pictures there, right? The first one is what? I'm sure we know it. That long pipe, the smoke. And the second one is what? Do we allow it in University of Benin? It sounds funny. Why we didn't bring this out? Assistant Dean, you can bear me witness. Yesterday, okay, let me not talk about yesterday. Sometimes we go to the hostel even at 10 o'clock in the night. Yesterday, I was in Hall 3 at about 11:30 p.m. Find out. I got some information. I said, let me go and find out if it's true. Sometimes when we come to your room, we have authority to set your wardrobe. We have authority to set your bag. And in the course of setting one of, the wardrobes, we saw something like that in one of the wardrobes. And the implication is what? Sanction. And that sanction is what? You'll be sent out of the university. No abeg, no appeal. We have seen cases when we enter some rooms, you see boys smoking in their hand. We have seen it. And we don't talk too much. What we do, we send them to what? Student Disciplinary Committee. We are not here to teach bad character, but what? Good character. It is clear. I tried to put it in picture form so that anytime you recall, you know that this thing is bad. There's also another one, our dressing. Can you see that guy there? That guy that sacked improper dressing. How many of us want that kind of person? Or let me ask the girls. How many girls here will want to bring that kind of person as daddy? This is the boy I want to marry. How many of us? Is there anyone? Good. Then for the other side, can we take the other photograph, the girls? How many boys say we want to bring this type of person and say, Daddy, this is the girl I want to marry? Will you do that? The implication is clear. The implication is clear. What I always tell people, we have so many girls to friend, so many girls that are party girls, but how many wife materials do we have? Very few. How many girls want to be part of the wife material? Raise up your hand. God bless you. You recall yesterday, somebody mentioned about dressing, just tangentially, slightly, and I noticed a girl there was started adjusting her dress. She was dressed like this guy this way. It has implications. Number one, you can't come to my office like this. You can't even come to student affairs like this. There was a time we accosted the boy and he said, well, I've graduated. I want to do clearance. You have graduated clear, but you have not done your final clearance. We sent it back. He thought we were joking. Like the PRO, the former PRO said just now, that I play a lot, I laugh a lot. But when it comes to the rules, we try to follow it. Is that okay? We sent the boy back, and he didn't have choice. He kept begging. I said, you don't need to beg, go back. He went back to dress properly before we were able to clear him. So you are just coming on board. These are not the type of dressing we have here. There's also another one. Look and see. You can see these boys there. Are they not properly dressed? With this type of dressing, you can go to the VC's office. I want to see the Vice Chancellor. You can go to the DVC's office. You can go to any office in this university. How many of us have gone for an interview and you see people dressed like the other person? Of course, you have lost that opportunity, right? But when you dress like this, you are good to go. Then there's another one again, hot plates. Do you know hot plates? The one we used to cook, guys, by this side. Hot plate has caused several havocs in this school. You know that outside that is running. You know how many of us know Ekewan campus? Okay, we have a campus at Ekewan where we have mass comm, arts, and so on and so forth. That building you are seeing is a postgraduate building. That building was raised down completely by fire. What caused it? Hot plates and gas. Please, the rule is clear and the rules are clear. The day we find you with hot plates, that very day you are packing out of the hostel. And if you start saying, I beg, you worsen your case, you go to SDC. Once you are talking to SDC, what happens? You are facing rustication. I hope you know the difference between rustication and expulsion. We will talk about that later. I have a friend who is never a graduate today. Because in our old time, he was using what they call ring boiler. You know ring boiler? That one that has ring. He was using it. And I don't know what happened. He entered the curtain and burnt the curtain. That was how he lost his studentship in University of Benin. He was in a K1 campus. Out of frustration, today he's never a graduate. Okay. The DRO talked about what? Two fighting. The day you fight in any part of this school, that is the day your studentship does what? Ends. You can see those two girls, they are fighting there. If you find out properly, what are they fighting over? Your guess is as good as mine, right? You know what I'm talking about? Aha. I didn't say anything. Did I say anything? But we know what causes fights. Most times between two girls. And, okay, sir, I did not fight. I was only warning her. I was only warning him. That is bullying. When you bully your classmates and it is reported, you are out of the school. But one thing we must know is how many of us are bold enough to report. There was a case where a boy slapped a girl. The boy didn't know that he was being videoed. He was invited to SDC. He denied flat that he never did anything like that, and they played the video for him to see. He never started begging. I'm sure that guy now, well, don't ask me what happened. Once you go to SDC, your guess is as good as mine. You see students sweating inside AC. All these boys that are saying they are Oduga, when they get there, they will deflate. Have you seen a dog that is scared? the dog will doff its tail. That is how some of them do there. Are you what? Do you intend to be one of them? The answer is no. All right. Toilet manners. That guy there, that man there, what is he doing? Defecating openly, right? Good. What's the other one doing? Trying to drop something in that toilet seater. Do you know that most time we go to the hostels, when we try to clean up the soccer, do you know what we find? Used parts. Pants. Those things gets used for their, monthly flow. They will go and flush it there. Before you know, the thing will block. It can no longer flush. Then you also see some boys and the toilet is not fine rich. We just go to one corner and be doing what that guy is doing there. Even girls. Do you know some girls bathe outside? Where now lies your pride? The day we will also see you doing that, we'll show you the way out of the system. Now, what is happening there? Examination malpractice. Oh boy, give me first. Now, the examination malpractice we know is he used what we call tukuli. Is that not what we call it? The guy used tukuli. He's using handsets. There is spine. But I decided to bring this out. Unruly behavior in the examination hall. If you are supposed to sit here and the vigilator says, John, please stand up, go to the other side. Because you have broad shoulder, you now begin to look at it scornfully. I'm telling you today that it is part of what? Examination malpractice. It's in the rules. And another one too. If you refuse to feel you have been caught cheating, or fill examination form, you start saying, fill examination form. It's another examination malpractice itself. Then lastly, refusal to obey invigilator's instruction. Instruction could not necessarily be moved from this chair to this chair. It could be adjust your chair a little. You say, now let me do this all. They will show you the way out. All those ones are examined. I decided to bring these salient ones because you believe that it's when you use clips or tips. That is what constitutes examination body, examination malpractice is beyond that. Let's look at hairstyles. Hairstyles. A guy came to my office with that first hairstyle. That one that looked into whether it's pink, I don't know. Who are you? I'm a student of Unipen. I don't want to say their department. There's a particular faculty that is guilty of that. I'm a student of Unipen. Current student or previous student? Current students. In fact, I'm in 400 level. Please leave my office. Please leave my office. Go and tidy up your hair and come back. If you are in economics here, you are in 100 level. Maybe as you proceed, you will understand what I'm talking about. You cannot come. If we are not saying should they do that, if you want to do that, do it outside the gates. Then you see some boys with that hair there, the first and the second one. My friend, what is this? Sir, I'm a content creator, and so what? You are laughing. I always say that if you want to do your content creation or what, go and. How many of you know that we have military men with big grants that are students here? How many of us know that? Some of us know, some of us may not know. How many of you have ever seen them with that their rank that is almost bringing down their shoulder? You see them wear that to the class. Do you see them? So why would I say that they wear the shirt, the uniform of a major? My friend, why? Do you know I'm a major? No. I tell them, if you want to carry dada, this dreadlock, after your exams, when your results are out, carry 3 on your head. Nobody will bother you. But say you want to have this type of hair, I don't want to see you anywhere on campus. If I cannot handle it personally, I will use my office. I am the dean of students. Please get back. Go and tidy up your hair. I hope that is clear. Who enter university, they're not to make it come mad. They're to make it come mad. Because our own time, when we enter the university, when we go back home during holiday, you see that difference. You see that pride. Look now, you don't enter university. But these days, some of us will begin to ask whether he or she is actually in the university. Please, you have to guide the type of hair. I think one of the boys I sent there just now, is he here? He wore this black, I don't know whether it's hood, I don't know what you call that, the one they fold here. And I told him, remove it. I said, okay, don't worry, put it on. Because some of them that have dreadlock, even if you are with your parents and I see you, I won't talk to you. Say, go and cut your hair before talking to me. All right, we're almost there. Then, who will see this boy and this girl will not like them? Do you know sometimes when you go for interview, the way you are dressed determines the way you will be what? Addressed. You go to second interview, even if you are putting on what they call Brendan boutique, and you are well dressed, you are neat. We are not saying you should go and look for a suit and wear or otherwise. Look neat. People will like you. Somebody that want to ask you a very tough question, say, this guy looks simple, looks meek. Well, what is your name? What is your best subject? My best subject is physics. What is duty, law of motion? Okay, you hear from us. You have got the job. So please, it's good to dress properly. All right, now, that is hostel. Some of you are giving bed spaces in the hostel. You go and call the whole family in your village to be living with you. We have seen so many. We are talking out of experience. I hope you know that squatting in the University of Benin is not allowed. How many of us know that? How many of us also know that when you buy accommodation, buy a space, I already have a space, I now advertise, you now bought. I hope you know 2 of you are liable. Number 1, the person that show will first of all forfeit that hostel space. Number 2, the guy that also bought will forfeit the space. 2 of them will go and face LDC. If anybody is pushing you to sell your space, please tell them you didn't come to school that day. Now, just by the other side, I hope you also know that when you are in the hostel, you are not allowed to play loud music. It's also an offense in the hostel. Apart from that, we talked about sales and transfer of bed spaces. It's totally wrong. Then sometimes, you see, we do no substitution of rooms. That one happens in one of our hostels. We know that very well. You are giving room 52. One guy, because he has broad shoulder, will come and meet you. John, live there. Live there. I was in this room last year. This is where I want to say, please, if anybody does that to you, come to student affairs and report to us. Maybe before I forget, I will just say my number. And my number is 070 33 102860. 07033 2860. Please call me anytime if anybody is bullying you in the hostel. Now you can see no pouring of water from upper floor. For those of us in hall 1, hall 2, hall 3, then maybe hall 6, but hall 1, hall 2, hall 3, very common there. When you are passing along the lawn, somebody will just pour water. Probably not deliberate. Probably not deliberate, but it's wrong. Some of the people that they reported the other time that did it, we showed them the way out of the hostel. Please do not do that. Now, protests. We not go grow, we not go green, we not go grow. How many of us like protests? Somebody raised up a hand. Do you know that when you protest, it is good, but the outcome may not be good? Now, when you protest, you go and block the gates. People that are going peacefully on their own, you go and distort their activities. I hope you know that before you go for protests, there must be a referendum. In order to be a referendum, you call people, those in student union people, they'll come and vote. And apart from that, 50% of the membership of the student union must participate in that referendum, and majority of them must say, let us go. And that referendum should be under the supervision of the dean of students. What that means is that the idea of just waking up one day, one morning in the hostel and say, well, we want to go and block big gate, we want to protect. It is wrong. Oh. Some of us do it, but we are saying it's very wrong. Before you even protest, we have processes. They are in the handle. That's why I deliberately put it here. If anybody is coming to pinch you or tell you, say, let us go, they will push you to the front. And when the chiefs are there, you know what they do? They go behind. Please, nobody is saying you shouldn't agitate when things are wrong, but don't do it in the wrong way and don't use it to distort order. Why will you even protest when, for example, lectures are going on? There is light issue in the hostel. Yesterday, I was in the hostel, like I said, 10:30 in the night. They said hotel had light issue. I went there, we spoke to them because the whole block, I think block F, didn't have light. And I was there when they called that they've already fixed it. But what we are used to, immediately the line goes, they want for, we want. No. That is not studentship at all. Now, we'll just wrap up because that is why I deliberately put my paper in the last. I am very sure this orientation has added value to your knowledge in University of Benin. True or false? It is also important to note the following. If you are in doubt of anything, please refer to Student Affairs Division. How many of us go to Student Affairs Office here? How many of us do not know it? Good, it's expected, no problem. How many of us know the filling station where you buy petrol in this school? Where is it located? Inside the campus here, you know it. Once you are at that filling station, just look at the front. You see the next turn. Am I right? That is Student Affairs. Once you get there, just say, you just see the red roof there. Yes, you see Student Affairs. Just say, please, I'm going to Student Affairs. Please feel free to come to us anytime, any day, if you have doubts about anything. Let me quickly say this. We have been talking about, some people believe that you use money to get accommodation. People that did it, their body is very hot now. You know you gave money to anybody to give you accommodation, you are absolutely on your own. Some cases have been reported, security is investigating it. And when they are found wanting, they are on their own. Right? Just to also let you know, we had 19 hostels. Additional 7 have been added. That is, we had, apart from others, we have third front A, 20 now. 20. Third front A, third front B, third front C, third front D. DC Danjuma, then we have Danjuma Legacy, we have NNPC. Those are the new ones that when we were in school, we only had hall 1, 2, 3, 4. That is that. Then squatting is not allowed in the hostel. We have talked about that. Then we also say the use of hot plates, gas, order, they are not allowed. We are doing student parliament one time when they called us that hot 2 also caught fire. We all run the and all these things, they are not caused by anything but by hot plates. Fighting is not allowed in any part of this campus. If you are found fighting, we don't need to ask you what happened. If you are found stealing, nobody will ask you how did you steal it, why did you steal it. You thief or you not thief, you thief. And once anybody steals your thing, please don't go and confront the person. Don't hold him saying, if you know the person very well, don't leave him. If you cannot tell anybody, come and tell us a student affair. We know how to go about it. For example, somebody was working there in a room. A boy was to report he was scared. I said, come and tell us. We got there. In fact, he was the first person we ever grabbed. He was shocked that, me we can't report, I mean they call hold. We knew what we were doing. At the end of the day, he was shocked that, why? I said, yes, we just want to act undercover. We also keep all our information in confidence. I hope that is clear. Now, you can only join registered organization in University of Benin. We have Parapo, we have a Benin group, we have an Igbo group, we have Hausa Urubu, Nadesu, so many. We have Man of War, we have a Great Cross, so many organizations. Those are registered. You are free to join those ones. If you go and join otherwise, you will not be a subhuman being. Like Malam Nuruddin said, you are no longer in control of yourself. They are not carrying you like zombie. You are on your own. And let me advise you girls, please. Nobody says you shouldn't go to parties. But all those ones will come and take bus and carry you to town. You know what is happening today. You have to be very, very careful. Then you have no need to deface the wall. You know what I mean by defacing the wall? You just go and put, today is so day. You go and paste it on the wall. You will go and paint it again. You go and repaint that place. And of course, it's better to dialogue rather than doing what? Protests. Like Madam Health Center said, you visit the health center, when you have any health challenge. I'll quickly talk about the ambulance. Somebody called us about 2 p.m. in the night, 2 a.m. in the night. Do you know, the phone is already, do you know, somebody emergency? I called the ambulance, they went there. Do you know, the person that retired the emergency, what she just said, the person that they were going to pick, I said, don't die, don't. It was pressing phone. And they come, I'm gonna wait for me. Is that emergency? Very annoying. So God bless all of us for listening. The university library is open for there, and the security unit is always there for us. Thank you, and have a wonderful stay in the University of Benin.
It is going to be a continuous interaction with the Dean Student Affairs, your lecturers, the academic and non-academic staff of the university. Just feel free and enjoy your stay in Uniben. With all of this that you have heard, we may allow 1 or 2 questions, if any. Do you have any question? Areas that you feel you need clarification on? Just be free. If whatever is in your mind now was not talked about and you have something to say about it, be very free. In the next 4, 5, or 6 years, as the case may be, you are your landlord. You take care of yourself. And for those of you who have collected money from home for a particular purpose, please use it for that purpose. Don't be carried away. Don't be tempted. May I say use and pay flex. When another one come, I go take the place. In such cases, it will never come. Then you now miss exam. Your problem starts from there. Don't create problems for yourself. I'm sure with all of this, you enjoyed every moment. AD, please, a vote of thanks from your end.
Good afternoon, everybody. Facial expression shows that we are already exhausted. On that note, on behalf of the first, I'd like to say a very big thank you to the Vice Chancellor for granting us this approval. Like I said earlier in the morning, this set is a very privileged set. For a couple of years back, we've not had this kind of opportunity. It has always been virtual. And of course, we know that virtual comes with its own associated issues. But you've been privileged to have this physical orientation, opportunity to hear directly from the Vice Chancellor, hear from the principal officers, the various heads of units and division, and you've also rightly heard from the Dean of Students himself, who is generally known as the #1 student of the university. Can put our hands together for him. I want to say a very big thank you to him. He had sleepless nights, in putting all of this together. And so we want to say thank you very much, sir. I also want to acknowledge the Deputy Registrar, otherwise known as the Student Affairs Officer, Mr. Benjamin Omeri. Thank you very much for tireless effort in putting this. Also want to acknowledge in no small measure I don't know why we say former. He prefers to be called former PRO. Well. Dr. Osawari, thank you very much. What's up, sweet? Dr. Sasui, he tried still is my brother, and I imagine I'm calling him something else. I'm sorry. I also want to appreciate those in the ICT, I don't know, not really ICT, you know your unit, the lady behind the computers who use the sound. Thanks to all members of Student Affairs Division. Just like the dean said in the rounding up, we wish you all the very best of stay. And like the student union president said, it's all about decision. We hope that you take the right decision as you move forward. Don't just think of today, think of tomorrow, think of your future, and think of the generation that will come hereafter and to come after you. Have a wonderful stay. God bless you.
Everything that has a beginning has an end. I am sure you care for lunch. How many of you care for lunch? Okay. It's lunchtime. It's lunchtime, and I want to thank God for the wisdom of the dean who has said lunchtime must be observed. Please, a round of applause for him. What would you love to take for lunch? So you already know what you take for lunch. When you leave here now, you go and take it. May we rise. We'll take the last stanza of the national anthem. 1, 2, go. Oh, God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to be the nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. Thank you very much. We'll continue to see you in the university.